I'm live. The first time it failed. So this time it seems to be working. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this live stream for. Internet seems to be really crappy today. It may die any second. It may go for an hour, may go for 5 minutes, may go for 2 minutes. So if you're in there, pop in and say hi. So last night we had snowfall warning for last night and woke up this morning. There's 8.5 inches of snow. Wet, sloppy, heavy snow. It is ugly out there. It's raining now. It's been raining all morning. It's been raining since morning. But there's a lot of snow. There's a few broken branches. Big top of the butylon broke in half. I'm just so pissed off about that. The flowering maple. Top of the fatsia tree broke. Big branch broke off the toyon tree. This snow is crap. The wet, worst possible snow you can get. I'd rather have it cold and clear over the snow any day. It's this causes more damage than cold weather ever causes in our damage, is this wet, ugly snow. And you can see the videos I posted on here. You can just see how ugly it is. So it's going to take a while to melt this stuff. Now the roads are bare and wet. There goes a plow. Doesn't really need to plow it. There's nothing on the road to plow. Anyway, Wendy's son and daughter are over visiting, and he came over from Vancouver, and she lives on the south end of Salt Spring, but she's kind of trapped here right now, just because of the weather, right? So anyway, I'll be back in a minute, and I'm going to go out to the pump house and check things out. So I'm going to leave. What can we put in front of this micro? What can we put in front of this thing to keep you busy? Let's just see while I go, because I'm going to take off for about 10 minutes and I'll be back, maybe less than 10 minutes. But I have to go venture down before it gets dark and check the greenhouse and check the pump house. All right. Pump house doesn't work. We don't get water. And right now it is about freezing, but it's still pretty cool out. It's only about maybe 1.5 degrees Celsius, something like that. Not very good. It's cool. We're well below normal right now. So anyway, hope you guys are having better weather where you are. And I just had a friend phone from Texas this morning. It's nice down there. I'd like to be in Texas. That's where I'd like to be. Southern Texas. That's where she is vacationing. Well, she moved to the States from Salt Spring. She escaped Canada while she could. So, and then I had another friend phone me a couple of days ago. She escaped Canada too. And that's our plan, to escape Canada if we can ever get out. Ever get out of here, man. Like that, like the Animals song, we got to get out of this place. It's the last thing we ever do. And that's what we're going to do. Got to get out of here. Anyway, if you're in there, pop in and say hi, and let us know how your palm trees are doing. Didn't really talk on the radio today. There was no skip coming in. Kind of sucks. I like to talk on the radios. And the skip's coming in, but it was pretty dead today. Pretty flat on the bands. So anyway, last night we had cabbage rolls for dinner, and I had some leftovers today. They're pretty good. Wendy made some pretty good cabbage rolls. Hey, Joe, -6 there. Yeah, it is above freezing here. It's like, I think 1.5 degrees Celsius here, but we got a lot of snow. We got 8.5 inches of snow overnight, and it's raining. It's been raining since this morning, but it was snowing to beat the band. Really heavy, wet snow. And no DX today. The skip is flat. There's nothing on the radio. Let me just go over here and turn things on. Okay. Nothing. Dead all day. Isn't that funny? Not even the slightest bit. Not even the slightest bit of skip coming in. Flat the band today. Isn't that funny? Like every day we've had tons of DX. I was really hoping for some today. Oh, yeah, no, we had lots of skip. We didn't have a lot of skip here yesterday. We had skip yesterday. And I did work somebody in Kentucky, and I worked somewhere else. But there wasn't a lot of skip. It kind of faded out like right away. It came in, and it was in for a short time, and then it was gone. But because I went to town in my truck, and I got a radio in my truck, and I was talking to a friend of mine over in Crofton on Vancouver Island. And then I was talking to another friend that lives in Chemainus, kind of like by Crofton as well. And a lot of times it's tough for me to actually pick them up because the DX is so strong in there. But this time, no problem. So I got another antenna on the way. I bought me a high gain Venom, I think they call it. It's about 19 foot, just over 19 feet long, and it's a 5/8 wave. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, they're sitting in a box in the basement. You know, I didn't want to dig through them all, but I was going to try to pull out the very first QSL card I ever got in 1977. and was from a guy named Short Change, his handle was. And I worked him on my TRC 452, which I'm looking at right now. In 1977, he lived in Louisiana. I think he was in New Orleans. And that was the very first QSL card I ever got. But it's in there somewhere. It's still in the original envelope. He sent me 2 of them. And I thought that was kind of cool. So that was kind of the start of my QSL hobby back in the day. And I haven't sent out a QSL card in a long time, just because nobody really asks for them anymore. And I think everything's digital now. So no more QSL cards. If somebody asked for one, then I'd certainly send them one. If they want to send me one, I'll definitely send them one. And I just throw it in the box with the rest of them. So yeah, I've got a lot of QSL cards. We got them from every state, every province, and quite a few countries too over the years. And I remember coming home from school when I was a kid. Every day there would always be 5 days a week. There would always be QSL cards in the mailbox. If not a few, maybe one. And it was just always exciting to get those QSL cards. Just people you talk to on the radio. A lot of those people have passed on. I remember there's this old guy I used to talk to pretty much every day back in the 70s, back in the late 70s in Oklahoma. Really nice guy. And he lived in Shawnee, Oklahoma. And he'd send me postcards. He'd send me things. He'd send me an arrowhead, send me some other trinkets from Oklahoma, which was kind of cool. I just got EQSL. What's EQSL? I'm guessing that's probably on the internet, right? That's what I'm guessing is probably on the internet. EQSL. So an e-card kind of. Huh? Interesting. And I think that's the way people do things now, Big Stack. I think it's all like on the computer. And I also think, honestly, I think that's why there's less people on the CB radio. I don't know what it's like where you live, but when I turn it on at night, I can go flip through every channel and it's dead. It's dead quiet. It's dead quiet right now. Like I'm going to show you how quiet the radio is here. Okay. So let's start at channel 1. It'd be very rare to ever hear anybody on there. So there's 1, and I'm going to flip through the channels. It's 26, 38, nothing. So the only people, like I say, I really hear on there are my friends that live over in Vancouver Island, and thank God they're really close. They're just across the water there, and they come in good. Even in my mobile, I'm like 9S units, right? 10S units. I got one from Kentucky, a night piece. No way. Kentucky from 72. Wow. Did you actually get that back then? You're not that old, are you? 72, I was 8 years old. And no, I wasn't into CB radio back then. I didn't actually get into it till 76. When I started listening to it, my dad bought like a receiver. He bought this CB receiver and had a dial on it. It had 23 channels. Is on the internet. Yeah. So, and that's what got me into Shoot and Skip. Is I said, Dad, I want to talk to those people. So my mom and dad got me a CB radio back in 77. I remember picking it out at Radio Shack, and I still got it. It's a TRC 452. It's when the very first 40 channels came in. And so it didn't have a digital channel selector. It just had a little black numbers with a light behind it. And I used to work lots of skip on that. So yeah, that's my oldest QSL card is 1977, right? That's the very first one I got. Yeah, EQSL sent via internet. Interesting. You were 12. Cool. 12 years old. Okay, so you got a few years on me. Not much. You got 4 years on me. So we're pretty close to the same age. Wendy. Oh, there's David Button. How's it going, man? David Button with the emojis. Got the hammers. Got this. That could mean I love you too. Jimmy Superfly Snooki used to do that. And you do that at rock concerts too. You go to AC/DC, you do that. So, yeah, Wendy's 60. Wendy's 62. Yeah, Wendy's 62. So you are about the same age as Wendy. Wendy was born in 1959. I was born in 64. So anyway, hey, Dave, how's everything down under? It's probably like 30, 40 degrees Celsius down there. It's snowy up here. It's ugly. It's rainy. And I wish I was somewhere tropical right now, man. I wish I was in Australia right now. That's where I wish. As long as I wasn't locked down. I hear they're having all these lockdowns. Is it true, Dave, or is it just a bunch of BS I'm seeing on the news? Like, they're so strict in Australia with these lockdowns. People are like, there's curfews and lockdowns. It's like, is that true or just crap? I don't believe everything I hear on the media. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking a lot of it's just BS, because I do have other friends in Australia, and I'm looking at their pictures of the beach and stuff. Looks pretty darn nice to me, man. I'd be out at the beach too. Mexico, awesome. That's another place I'd like to be is Mexico. And that's what Wendy's looking at too. If it's no Costa Rica, maybe move to Mexico too. Mexico's a nice place. You know what? You got to love Mexicans. Revolutionary. I sent you an EQSL cluster. Okay, cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay, thanks, Big Stack. Hello, William Lightfoot. Okay, we got people. You're born in 58. Okay, Big Stack. Wendy's sister was born in 58 as well. She was born in early February. Was it early February 58 or late February? Might be late February 58. Yeah. That's when the year my mom and dad were married in 58. 31C part. It's party time. Take no notice of the news later. I'm out. You're a smart guy, man. Don't watch the news. Enjoy the barbecue. Enjoy the beers down under, buddy. And thanks for popping in there, David. Always good to have David in there. David makes me happy to see those emojis, and I know you're having fun down there. Happy New Year. Check out Spain. Is Spain pretty bad too? Sounds like Quebec. Quebec right now. Or Ontario is really bad too. Quebec and Ontario. Peace of me. How's it going? Good to see you in there. I don't know if you guys got the snow we got down there in Seattle, but we got majorly dumped on here overnight. 8.5 inches of wet, heavy snow. So it broke off part of our toyon tree, which really pissed me off. It broke our butylon tree in half, which really made me mad. And it also, thanks, Mexico. I'm glad you like the video. Symbiosis TV. Symbiosis. Cool. That's a neat name. And Piece of Me's in there. And yeah, Spain, I'm sure it's bad. That sucks really bad. So yeah, you're lucky you didn't get the snow, man. We got just majorly dumped on. Mild and heavy, wet, gross, sloppy, dry, powdery snow. Flakes, all the palm trees. How annoying. There it goes. I'm in and out. How's the connection? Can you guys still see me? It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. I hope the power doesn't go out again either. Anyway, I upload a few videos today. I visited that nice garden down on the beach yesterday. And today, of course, it'd be covered in snow. It'd actually be better to go there today and shoot a video of it. But they wouldn't have got as much snow as we did. But still, they got snow. In and out. Yeah, I know it's bad. Bad connection, man. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's cool and rainy. And we got to get rid of the snow on the ground. So hopefully the rain in the next few days, it'll all be gone. But there was a dump of snow out there. It's like, looks like I should be living in the mountains. I don't know how to do audio. I really don't know how to do only audio. It only lets me stream with video because I'm on my computer. There's no, maybe it will. Interesting. Yeah, no, I can only do, it only has a video on here because I'm on YouTube. There's no just audio. Yeah. Is it working now? Okay. Anyway, when it dies out, let me know. So yeah, you guys are lucky you didn't get any snow. And I'm hoping, well, it's still the beginning of winter. So we could still get dumped on in February, but no, it wasn't surprise. No, there was a snowfall warning. We had a snowfall warning yesterday, and it said parts of the South Coast, Southern Gulf Islands. Hey, Camel's in there. How's it going? Happy New Year to everybody. Anyway, Wendy's down playing a game with her daughter and her son. Her son and her daughter are here. So Wendy's son is visiting from Vancouver, and Wendy's daughter lives on the south end of Salt Spring Island. So we just finished playing Scrabble. I won. Yes, I won Scrabble. This winter sucks. Yeah, horrible. Well, you know what? Piece of me, I'd rather have the colder, drier weather than the snow right now. This wet, heavy snow. That at least for that cold weather, the snow is dry. 23. Yeah, 23 is not too bad. Not too bad. Well, you know what? It is bad if it hasn't been 23 and you just, it's been a gradual build up to 23. But if you've been in the 60s and 50s and all of a sudden 23, that is hard on the plants. Yeah, I know the cold is moving down from, I think, the Canadian prairies. So our cold is gone, leaving now. Yeah, the worst one I saw here, one of the worst I've recorded was 2008. January 1993 was bad. So December 2008, January 1993 was a really bad one too. It lasted a long time. Like it lasted a couple of weeks. See, that's the bad thing when it's been in the 70s and 80s and you get down to 23. That's what can do some damage on the plants, on the really tender plants. Yeah, I'd take the gray and rain over this any day. Well, we did have sun here, piece of me. We did actually have sun during the cold weather events. We actually had a lot of sun, but it was cold, right? It was really cold. I mean, the coldest temperature I recorded in that lower screen was -8 degrees Celsius. Upper garden here, -6.6. So you got a 1.4. What is it? A 1.2? How many degree? 6.6. That's is that a 2.2 degree difference? Yeah, it is 2.2. -20, -27. Wow, we're Big Stack. You're in Toronto, right? Yeah. Doesn't count if it doesn't count if it's freezing. Okay. Snow in New York, no protection. 20 degrees morning, 20 degrees. Wow, that's what we got down to. You don't have to shovel rain. I know. I'll take the rain any day. We got the rain here right now. I'm going to show you what it looks like out here, okay? I'm just going to hold my thing up to the window so you can see what we're dealing with right now. Like, I have to go out after this live stream. Okay, so it looks like that. That's what it looks like. Garden. All right, it's winter wonderland, man. And really, I mean, the Fatsias are still blooming. Hummingbirds are still buzzing around the Fatsias, but it is very wintry and wet. Very winter and wet out there. So let me put that here. Anyway, I was saying Big Stack, I got another antenna coming. I just ordered it. It's a high gain. I think it's called a Venom. It's a 5/8 wave aluminum. It's got 3 little ground planes on the bottom. It's about 19 something feet in length. And it's supposed to put out 4.6 dB gain. So it's supposed to be a good antenna for shoot and skip. We'll hook her up maybe in the spring. No snow on those cold. Yeah, I'll take the no snow. You're in Ottawa. That's right. Yeah. So Ottawa can get pretty cold. And you got snow in New York, right? GTAIV, man. Yeah. And I shoveled a little bit off the deck. 4.4 to 6 inches of snow, no protection, 20 degrees. Wow. So hopefully all your palms and stuff do good there in New York. Yeah, ours are on their own too. They're just, I did put an umbrella over top of the, which I'm quite happy I did, over the butia. Those things get, those, same here in North Van. Yeah, rain is good. We'll take the rain, William. Like you say, don't have to shovel it. High gain, yep, sounds like it. Yeah, back in the 70s, Big Stack, in the late 70s, I had a high gain super golden penetrator 500, and it was a high gain 5/8 wave and a really nice antenna. It was the gold anodized edition, the limited edition. I should have kept it. Anyway, I had it up for many years, and I used to work a lot of DX on it. Kind of looked like a 0.64 from Radio Shack. I had it up on top of a 36-foot tower. First, I had it down, and I had it a little bit lower. And then once I got rid of my beam, I put it up on the tower. So it was a really nice antenna. Grow zone here, 5A. Grow. Yeah, you're zone 5A. This is, if we don't drop below 20, we're 9A. This is a northern zone 9A here. And the garden I went into yesterday was a 9A. Did you see the garden, the video I uploaded? I think it was this morning or last night of the garden I visited yesterday. I was down there harvesting palm seeds, right? And which I got to put on eBay. I got to do that tonight. I got to get that set up. I harvested a bunch of Trachycarpus wagneriana seeds. Anyway, we'll give you a call when we get the high gain up there in the spring. I'm going to wait till nicer weather. I got about a 20-foot piece of mast. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to attach it to a stump out there. We had a big tree cut down, and I'm going to bolt it to the stump, and it'll be about 20 foot off the ground, something like that. I could also put it on the roof of our house. It's also another thought. I could put it on the roof of our house. I don't know how that will work. We do have a metal roof. I don't know if that actually increases for it to get out or not. What do you think with a metal roof? Maybe it's not good. We'll see. My camera ops I ordered should be. Oh, you're lucky you got camera ops coming. Eh? Nice. Our camera ops are doing good here. I just uploaded a video of camera ops this morning. You can see what the camera ops look here. And when I was in the garden yesterday, down on the beach, there's 2 big camera ops growing. Big camera ops, like 8 feet high and 10 feet wide. Really beautiful. Yeah, I can't really plant anything here right now too. We're going to have to replace, there's a few smaller cordylines that did actually flop over from that cold weather. The smallest ones did flop. There's maybe about, I'm just trying to think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be half a dozen cordylines smaller. I mean, we have lots of cordylines. Yes. Well, we'll have to try to make contact again, Big Stack. We'll have to try to make contact on 555. Frazo, hey, right on. Yeah, I don't like the snow, man. The snow sucks, Barry. And like I say, we got 8.5 inches of it here, and it broke a big branch off the Toyon. It also broke our abutilon in half. Beautiful abutilon tree, and also it took off a big branch off the Fatsia too. It's like I'm so upset. The loquat didn't break. I couldn't believe it. I've got dead and damaged cordylines too. Yeah, it's crazy. That cold was pretty brutal. So some of the cordylines are okay. Some of them are not. It's really strange. So maybe it's a little bit milder there, or maybe they're a little bit hardier. Who knows? Big Stack, get above that metal roof and it will be okay. Maybe. I wonder. I always thought about the ground plane effect. So maybe I might put it up on the metal roof. I could. I do have some masting, and I could probably do that. It'd be even easier. Yeah, I went out in the garden today. I was actually brushing off some of the plants because it was so wet and heavy. Plant hardiness berries. Yeah, it does. Well, I know that with palm trees, cordylines, it must, because some of them are okay. Like they look perfectly fine. And like I say, the ones that are flopped already. Got a big clump that are like 10 feet tall. The red highlights. Is that right? Eh? Interesting. I know red star cordyline are less hardy. Cordylines, yeah. I think they're all fine. Like when I went down to the beach yesterday, they were perfectly fine. It just didn't get cold enough there. They wouldn't have dropped below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Matter of fact, when I went down there, I brought a thermometer, and I'm going to. I shot a video for Wendy on her iPad. I actually brought her iPad down there, so hopefully tonight she can edit it and put all the photos on, and you can see the thermometer, what the temperature is down there. Red less hardy, mate. Yeah, I have those ones. We have also ones with red margins in the middle. One's called vanilla fudge. So it's green on the outside and red all down the middle. And then we have the red star, and those ones seem to be okay. Yes, I have. I have Barry. I've also taken them out of the ground at Sydney. There's a big one growing at the port of Sydney, and I've taken them out there. The most red, less hard. Yes, I agree. Piece of me. I totally agree. And Mike's in there too from Pennsylvania. But yes, I have. And you know what? They self-seed here, Barry, down at Bob's old garden on the beach. The owner phones me up because I'm friends with her, and this was a couple of years. Says, come on down and dig out some cordylines because they're growing like weeds in the garden. So they self-seed. They've self-seeded in the neighbor's yard too. I did cordyline seed last year. That's cool. I grew cordylines about 1,500 or 2,000 when I lived on the mainland. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, no, Barry. I was quite surprised. You know, honestly, I'd never seen them self-seed here, but they do self-seed there. And like I say, I've seen them at the port of Sydney too. They do make a ton. They make a crap load of seeds, tons of seeds, piece of me. And they're beautiful. I love cordylines. I mean, I think I like them just as much as palm trees, for sure. So they're kind of on the edge when you get a really bad winter every 10, 12 years. They can take a bit of a kicking, unfortunately, right? They're like a really zone. They're one of those plants that kind of let you know what zone you're in, right? I say they're kind of a long-term plant, zone 9A in the north, and short-term 8B and lower. So I've seen some nice ones in 8B, but they do end up freezing out every so often. They do grow fast. It isn't it? That's what I say. Yeah, an indicator plant. And the palm tree dudes in there, good to see you in there. Yeah, they are indicator plants, Cordyline australis. And that's what I tell people. You know, if your temperatures drop below 20 for any period of time, they're going to probably freeze. Yeah, Cordyline and Tofino, not a problem. Euculate, not a problem. And even here, all the big ones down on the beach, not a problem. Like I say, I went down to the garden yesterday. You can see the video I uploaded here of the Cordyline. And like I say, on Wendy's channel, hopefully tonight, we can get a good video on there. When we go to bed tonight, that thing will be uploading. And I shot a really beautiful video in HD with her iPad, and I walked around the whole garden. The butias look absolutely gorgeous. Big butias down there. And the big cordyline's perfectly fine. There's lots of cordylines there, even in the half barrels. Cordylines are fine. In the neighbor's yard, not a problem. But like I say, here, it does get a little colder than there. Huge one in Belton Puget Sound. Yeah, and right on the Puget Sound, they should do fine too. Anywhere near the water, you're going to be good. Mine looks midsummer form is in my. Oh, cool. Smart. Ours are all in the ground. And, well, you know what? Only time will tell. But like I said, there's a few of them that are flopped out there. We got a lot of snow 2 days ago. It melted now. It should be getting some ice tonight. Yeah, we're not going to get any ice palm tree dew, but we got a crap load of snow out there. We got a ton of snow, 8.5 inches. So if we want to do the snow total so far for this winter, 8.5 inches plus 6 inches is 14.5 inches of snow we've already had this winter. Do I consider this one a bad winter? Yes. It's been a bad freeze. It's been a bad winter so far. We've dropped below 20 degrees Fahrenheit at the lower screen. Like I say, upper screen, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Lower screen, it is colder down the bottom of the slope. So, but it's been bad. We got 6 inches. You got 6 inches. Yeah, so we had 6 inches of the first freeze, and now we got 8.5. Okay, see you later, Barry. Take care, man. Thanks for popping in there. And stay tuned on Gulf Island Rock for Wendy's video of the palm garden. It looks really nice. Yeah, no, we didn't get much colder. We just had snow. We got snow out there right now, man. Lots of snow out there. It's melting. It's raining out there, Mike. Yeah, see you, Barry. Cheers to you, man. Thanks for popping in. Hope everything does well where you are. I'm sure it will. Anyway, yeah, we got 8.5 inches of snow. Yeah, we had snow here all last night. And then, like, when I got up in the morning, it was already raining. So, but it's wet, heavy, and destructive. Yeah, 23.3. Wow. Yeah, we don't have any of that. So, right now, it should be about 7 degrees Celsius and the low of around 1, I think, something like that. First snow of the season. Yeah, your first snow way. Well, hopefully you don't get a lot. Well, hopefully it's dry snow. If I'm going to get snow here, I want it to be dry. This wet snow just causes so much chaos, damage in the garden. Just awful. Just awful. You know what I mean? I was so upset when I saw the big branch on the toyon tree broken off, full of berries. It just really, really upset me. And like I say, the butylon, I'm going to try to grow cuttings from it. Havoc, I saw the Butia did great in the cold snap. Yeah, the coldest I got down to in the upper garden is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And then down in the lower slope there in the lower Stevenson screen weather station, we had 17, I guess around 17.5, which is pretty cold for us. I'm fine with snow as long as. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least with the super low temperatures, it keeps the snow dry. Butia, yeah, make sure if you're in a colder climate, because Butia are not that hardy. In my opinion, they are not a foolproof plant in some areas of Salt Spring Island. They're best right near the water. So I put an umbrella over top of ours. If you keep them dry, they'll do better. It'll increase the hardiness. They're very prone to center spear loss. So if all the snow is inside of ours right now and then freezing and thawing, that's really bad for Butia capitata. So if you can put a little shelter over top of it and keep it dry, that'll be better for it. They're definitely a long-term, this far north, high-end to zone 8B, 9A palm. That's what they are. Down in the south, they can handle colder weather, but they will still freeze out in 7A, 7B, whatever, or 8A. In Virginia, you can grow Butias where you live now. There's big ones in Virginia Beach too. Huge ones. I was just looking at a picture of Virginia Beach. Somebody posted in one of my Facebook groups. I think it was in one of my Facebook groups of some big Butias. And I know definitely Butia grow there. And there are some big ones on our coast too. And they're in private gardens. They don't do them in the public landscape here just because they are not foolproof. Trachycarpus fortuna is foolproof. And Trachycarpus wagnerianus and Camarops are foolproof here. Butia capitata, no, just takes a bad winter and you're done. Butia looks fine, and I think it's container even partly. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, piece of me, is I got a lot of palms down in the nursery, and unfortunately, I never got a chance to mulch the roots on in the pots, so hopefully they're not going to die. There's some Washingtonian Virginia Beach. Yeah, there are Washingtonians in Virginia Beach too, but they will freeze out every so often. Short term. Hi, Jane. Aloha. I want to be where Jane is, man. Jane, I want to be in Hawaii right now. I want to be in Hawaii. Not like a windmill. Yeah, windmill palms, no doubt, are the toughest arborescent palm tree on the face of the earth, right? And they're fully hardy here. I never worry about windmill palms. They don't need any winter protection here. You should never give any windmill palm winter protection here. You bought an indoor azalea, so you bought a Belgian indica. Is there actually such thing? I'm scratching my back. Sorry. Is there actually such thing as indoor plants in Hawaii? I thought everything there was tropical outdoor stuff. That's what I thought. Wow. I didn't know many people actually have indoor plants in Hawaii. Palm Planet uploaded. Oh, I'm going to check it out. I'll have to check that out. And I know I have actually seen videos of them there before. Indoor azalea and a rhododendron CI. Oh, cool. I'm guessing it's probably native to Asia somewhere, right? Maybe China, Hong Kong, not Hong Kong, maybe Japan or something like that. Sables are doing great there. Yeah, there's some nice ones there in Virginia Beach. It's weird that you had overnight snow. Yeah, no, it's no, we get it, man. It's winter here right now. Weird you had overnight snow. Yeah, no, we got it. It was in the forecast, but you guys are south of us 100 miles, and sometimes that makes a difference, right? And I don't even know if Vancouver got as much as us this time overnight. They got slammed the other day. So grow outdoors. That's right. That's the nice thing about Hawaii, Jane. Indoor plants grow outdoors. And yes, I have seen there are plants in the malls stuff there. I think in Ala Moana Shopping Center, there's probably plants. Yeah, there's plants inside the mall, but a lot of the mall is outside. At Ala Moana, a lot of that mall is actually outside too. It's kind of this open air mall, which is really nice. I love Ala Moana. Yes, Jane, please bring some tropical weather here too. We want tropical weather. Jane, everybody wants to be where Jane is, man. Oh, I know a guy that's in Hawaii right now. He lives over on Bowen Island near Vancouver. So he's constantly posting pictures on People Who Love Palm Trees page in my Facebook group. And it looks nice, man. Looks so beautiful. And I know all the spots there because I've been to Jane's Island 20 times. I've been to the island of Oahu 20 times. So I know the island like the back of my hand. It's absolutely a beautiful island. They call Oahu the gathering place, right? And I love Jane's area too. I really like where Jane lives. I used to walk up there every day. I'd walk up to Kapahulu and walk along the Alawai Canal from where I would stay in Waikiki. It's native to Hong Kong, southern Chinatown, Vietnam. So it's a tropical, subtropical species that wouldn't work here. We grow a lot of azaleas here, a lot of evergreen azaleas. If I visit the first, yeah, you got to visit Jane. I love Hawaii. Piece of me, you will love Hawaii. It is so awesome. My favorite place to go, and I hope one day I can go back again. I do miss Hawaii. I really do. It's sad. I can't go there right now. Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good way to do it then, Jane. If you don't have a backyard or maybe you live in an apartment, well, you could probably grow them out. I see a lot of apartment balconies here with plants on them. Azaleas do. Yeah, they do like partial shade. Even here too, a lot of people, Jane, like to grow them in partial shade. In the hot sun, sometimes they kind of burn a little bit. No Mexican fan palms long term. I saw a video a few years ago of different species you were talking about, and yeah, that one packed it in. It just didn't. It was just too shaded where I had it. But there is actually a big one growing havoc in front of the Empress Hotel in Victoria. I don't know how it's going to be doing through this cold snap, though. My guess that one, it's got about 10 feet of trunk on it. If they didn't protect it, I'm going to guess it's probably toast. There's big Camarops and Trachycarpus there too. Those are fine. But the Washingtonia robusta are just a totally short-term palm this far north. You're not going to start seeing them long-term until you get down into Gold Beach or Brookings on the southern Oregon coast. That's where they're long-term. They are long-term palms there. Big ones. There's big ones. You drive down the side streets of Brookings, Oregon, and you will see a lot of big Washingtonia robusta. Some with like 30 feet of trunk on them or more. Not a problem. It just never gets cold enough there. I have indica azalea planted 2 years of raised bed, shade bloom. Oh, man, Jane, sounds nice. Hey, Jane, do you grow any palm trees there? Do you grow any like Pichardia? Because I know you're more into native stuff too. You must have a Pichardia in your garden, or do you have a big enough garden to do that? I like Pichardia. And there's some actually really nice dwarf palms you can grow too. Some of the Camadorias that stay really small, like Camadoria elegans, you could grow nicely where you are, Jane. It's a very small palm. I was surprised to find a big Mexican bamboo in Florence, South Carolina. Oh, cool. I think, I know they grow near the coast. But inland, yeah, where the weather gets the temperatures get a little colder, palm tree dude, that's interesting because it can get colder inland. You don't have Brachardia. Hey, Jane, do you know the palm Camadoria elegans? It's like a dwarf parlor palm, and it doesn't get very big. It's tiny. Be really good for a small garden. They have some. Yes, I've seen them in North Carolina too, Havoc. Definitely. But sometimes they do get damaged there in a bad winter. There's some actually big ones in Charlotte. I'm growing Camadoria elegans under. Oh, cool. Right on, Jane. That is awesome. Some people in Charlotte, North Carolina grow some nice sized Mexican. Yeah, and they get the heat down there too. And when they do get cold, the temperatures, they bounce back up. Unlike here, when it gets cold, it sticks around for a while. So right now, I'm just going to look at the temperature. It's not that warm out, man. It's only 1.1 degree. It's like it's cold out there right now. It's 1.1 degrees Celsius. It's crappy, and we're not going to get below freezing. They say tomorrow's supposed to be 6. So the ones in Charlotte, I think, are pretty big piece to me. I've seen pictures of big ones down there. Yeah, I've seen pictures of those ones. Those must be the same ones. That's cool. You know what, guys? I'm going to grab a drink. Just hang around for a sec. I got to grab me a pop. I'll be right back. Or a sparkling water, not a pop. Sticks around. Yeah, that's what happens, palm tree dude. Here, too. Cold sticks around, and it weeds out the wimpy plants, guys. Because I know I'm looking on the palm forum. It's 50 and oh, see, you got way warmer weather. So it's still cool here, man. It's way cooler here. It's only 1.1 degrees Celsius. So that's what I got on my weather station. So that's the thing. A lot of guys just get into palm growing. And I noticed this on my palm forum, people who love palm trees. There's a lot of new palm growers out there that have never experienced this weather before for their palm trees. No, it's got to be leaving. I know tomorrow they said it's supposed to be 6, something like that, Celsius. Yeah, normally it's not that different, but it's different right now. It's definitely cool out here. It's so I'm going to go down to the pump house, and I think I'm going to put the trouble light on. I got a little trouble light under the pump. Our pump house isn't insulated, right? So, but that's a big difference. That's like probably 9-10 degree difference, something like that. More than 10 degree different. You're 10. So you're 50, you're 10, and we're 1.1. That's a big difference. Hang on, guys. I'm going to grab my sparkling water. Well, the internet's working good. I'm doing a good live stream. Well, it's getting cold out. Okay, guys. Blackberry sparkling water. This is good stuff. And it's cold because I had it sitting outside. It feels like tropical air came. Oh, man, you're lucky. Not here. Man, you are so lucky. 50. Oh, once you cross 35 East Coast, things seem to change. Yeah. Yeah, I know it would be, palm tree dude. It would definitely change fast. The East Coast is further south in general than the West Coast. Interesting. Who does Havoc? I'm going to read you hey, Green Thumb. Guy, that's awesome. Good to see you in there, Green Thumb. I'm going to tell you what our temperatures were here, okay? I'm going to tell you how cold it was here. Let's go here, my little weather book. So the cold snap started, the cold blast we had, and it was cold, man. Okay, so the cold snap started on Christmas Day. So the high temperature on Christmas Day was minus 1.6, and the low temperature was minus 4.9. On December 26, minus 4.5, minus 6.4. Okay, let's see that these temperatures are still in the 20s Fahrenheit. Still bloody cold though. 27th. This is the bad one. 27th, we hit minus 6.6 for the low and minus 8 in the lower screen, okay, in the upper garden. The 28th, we had these are the low temperatures now, minus 5.6, upper garden, minus 6.5 lower garden. And then on the 29th of December, we had minus 3.4 and minus 1.4. And then and on the 30th, so it was a bad cold snap. On the 30th of December, we had a high of 0.3 and a low of minus 2.8. And then on the 31st, it got cold again, and we had a minus 3.7 and only a high of minus 1.9. And then January 1st, we had minus 2.2 and a high of 0.8. And then on the 2nd, we had 2.2 for a high, and then a 1.3 for a high. So anyway, we're above freezing, but barely. So it's been a bad cold snap. It's been hanging around. Can't Gunner Romantica survive this? Gunner Romanticata is totally hardier. 9 degrees. Is that 9 degrees Fahrenheit? I talked to Indiana a lot on my radio. Toronto would almost be inside California if it were. Yeah, it is actually. It would be in Northern California. Yeah, farther south than San Francisco, but can't grow what they grow. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, peat palm tree, dude. When I look at the latitudes and what different people can grow in different areas. Yeah, it's like us with the Pacific too, Havoc. The Pacific Ocean. Dylan Kelly, can Gunner Romanticata survive those temperatures? Not a problem. Gunner Romanticata, they don't even protect it in the garden I was in yesterday. A lot of people like to cut the leaves and flip them over, and that'll protect the crown. The one down on the coast, or down on the water in that tropical-looking garden has been there for a few decades. 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, man, that is cold, dude. That is like minus 12, maybe minus 12.5 degrees Celsius, minus 13, something like that. Yeah, we got the tall mountains palm tree, dude, so we're pretty fortunate that way. And we have the ocean. So we got the offshore Japan current, and we got the North Pacific current, which keeps our temperatures regulated, right? If we didn't have the ocean, we would not be able to grow anything we do. So the green thumb, is it windy there? I'm curious. So I'm going to tell you something. It was really interesting. So yesterday, Wendy's son arrived from Vancouver, and he says the minute he stepped out of his truck and into our garden, he says, I can't believe how mild it feels here compared to Vancouver. That's the first thing he said to me. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, first of all, the wind was blowing there and it was freezing. He says it was really cold, like below freezing, because they had some cold snap go through there and we didn't have it here, right? And then he went from the ferry to Ganges, and he said it also feels warmer here than Ganges. So there's a lot of microclimates on Salt Spring Island. I definitely know that. Ganges, near the base of the mountains, is kind of a cool spot. And if you know that, right? Because if their mountains are here and you're here, where do you think the cold air goes? It just kind of flows downhill and it sits in the low spot. Minus 11 here now. Minus 11. So that's about 12 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. And it's colder in Indiana, in the Hoosier state. I talk to Indiana a lot. During the winter, it can get me very windy. Indiana during the summer. Yeah, very, very hot in Indiana. Very hot. You know, I talk there a lot. If you go to my other channel, The Green Thumb, there's videos of me talking to Indiana. I work Indiana stations a lot, pretty much every day. But today there was no skip in there. There's one guy in particular I talked to, number 747 in Indiana. Windy, yeah. Well, we're fortunate here. We don't get any cold winter winds. So through this whole cold snap, we had zero cold winds. And over there on the mainland, it was blowing. They had wind warnings, this and that. We had nothing here. And that makes it feel so much colder when you have those cold winds blowing, right? Vancouver itself is relatively flat, isn't it? It is, with mountains on the outside. All around the outskirts of Vancouver is mountains. Although, well, there's hills in Vancouver too. So especially when you go up Granville Street, you go down Granville, you're going down a hill, you're going up a hill. But when you get down into the city core, when you're downtown Vancouver, yeah, it's flat. But it's almost kind of like an island too. Look at a map of Vancouver, and the water kind of goes right around at the ocean, pretty much. So, yeah, they had some really cold temperatures in Vancouver. So it'll be interesting to see how the palm trees on the west end of Vancouver did, because they were there in December 1990 when it was really cold. It's about 25 in Linden and Abbotsford. 25? Really? No way. Wow. That gets cold out in the valley. What's it in Langley right now? Hey, piece of me. Do you got a weather app there? Langley, BC. That's where I used to live. I used to live in the very southwest corner of Langley, right by the U.S. boundary, right by Washington State. I'm curious what the weather would be there right now. And, oh, wow, that's crazy. The temperature just went up to 2.7 degrees. So remember I said it was 1.1? So this now it's warming up fast. It went up to 2.7. Awesome. I'm happy. 2.7. That's what we're at. Good. See how excited I get at 2.7 degrees Celsius? The temp difference around the region is nuts right now. Yeah, the map open. Yeah, so 30 in Langley. Okay, so piece of me, we're just at 2.7 now and rising. The temperature's going up. I want to see what it's doing in the other screen. Let's check it out. Yeah, awesome. Okay, guys, temperature is on the rise here. Temperature is rising. So I'm getting some of that warm air that piece of me is getting in Seattle. So for you guys that don't know my exact location here in the Southern Gulf Islands, we're located off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia, out into the ocean. Seattle, as the crow flies, is just about 100 miles south of us, a little bit more, something like that. Not that far. 44 in Oak Bay. Okay, so it's coming here, man. I wonder what Salt Spring Island says. And it depends where you are on Salt Spring. There's areas on Salt Spring right now that are probably freezing because Salt Spring Island is just about 17 miles long. Good evening, Joe and fellow Earthlings. Food Forest Permaculture. Good to see you in there, man. 44 in Oak Bay, man. That's balmy and palmy. You're 45 right now. 53 in the southern tip of Whidbey. Wow, that's nice. Whidbey Island. 3C in North Van. Okay. So you're about just about the same as us. We're 2.7. Oh, there we go. 3.2, man. It's rising. Yes. 3.2 degrees Celsius. Well, they said by morning we're going to be 6, so it might get there before morning. Awesome. Okay. I'm happy now. This is good. That really makes me happy. I'm not going to go out to the pump house then. If it's rising like this, I don't need to put a trouble light on in the pump. 4C in Victoria. Okay, so we're catching up to you in Victoria there, Food Forest. We're at 3.2 right now. On the very northern tip of Salt Spring Island. And I just want this snow to melt, and then I can assess some of the damage in the garden from the snow. I'm not worried about the cold. Cold really didn't do anything. It flopped a few little baby cordy lines, but it's the snow that's caused the damage. So I'm going to have to cut that to abutilon. It snapped it, and I'm going to try cuttings from the abutilon. We have such a beautiful abutilon tree. Aloe, it didn't look very good. You know what? It looked kind of mushy to me. So I'm thinking that aloe is going to be toast. So it's not as hardy as they claim it is. My favorite type of crab we have here, we have Dungeness and red rock crab. There's more meat on a Dungeness, and they're very good, but I like the taste of a red rock crab better. They're sweeter. I find a little bit sweeter, but no, don't get me wrong. Dungeness are amazing crabs, and they're big. We got big Dungeness here, and we have crab traps. We just go across the street and throw the crab trap in, and then pull her out and have crab for dinner. And what I do, I take them, flip them on their back, split them open, break them apart, throw them in the steamer for 8 minutes. That's it. Next spring, I'm trying that hardy aloe. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check out the aloe I planted at the pool. I planted one at Rainbow Pool under an overhang, but it gets a lot colder there, right behind the Razorback palms. Blankets and plastic with a jug of water goes a long way. Yes, it does. You are right, for Food Forest Permaculture. I wonder how Bob Duncan's citrus are doing. Yes, I've tried Alaska king crab many times. I've been to Alaska a few times, and I've eaten it. They pull it right out of the water for us, right out of the ocean. And I've eaten it right on the dock with hot butter. It was so nice. You're dipping it in hot butter and eating it. Rainbow Road has nice oysters. Oh, Rainbow Road. Okay, because we get ours. Well, I go to another beach. I know a few beaches I get some really good oysters on. We used to have a house. Mom and Dad had a house on Rainbow Road. I used to grow palm trees there a long time ago. Had a heater running for those. Yeah, because it was pretty cold. Even in Sydney where he is. Oh, yeah. It's cheaper. When you get them out of the ocean, it's free. Yeah, Bob Duncan knows what to do. I'm sure he's got Christmas lights in their food forest permaculture. He does the Christmas lights through them. Put a piece of 6 mil over that espaliered Meyer lemon. Keep her warm through the cold snap. I was going to say something, guys. So when I was at Grace Point yesterday, blue crab is native here. Yes, try blue crab. I think they have them in Hawaii too. When I was at Grace Point yesterday, the loquat trees in bloom, in full bloom. And it's the first time I've actually smelled loquat flowers. They are so highly scented. So I shot a video of it and I'll try to upload it tomorrow morning. And the flowers are not even damaged. It didn't get cold enough at Grace Point to damage the loquat flowers. Ours is blooming here too. I've been trying to push my windmill palm and Chinese fan palm all through the. I let them go down to 30. Oh, 33 degrees. Okay, so they're above freezing. Well, they'll be fine. Hey, the windmill palm, not a problem. Chinese fan and the Livistona, 33 degrees won't hurt it, man. They'll be totally fine. I'm more worried about ours in pots in the nursery because they froze. I'm sure they froze pretty much solid. Our 5-gallon ones, because I never protected them. That was my bad. I should have put leaves around them and I didn't. Everything else in the nursery is mulched. Blue crab in Chesapeake Bay before. Yeah, they have those ones. I think they're in Hawaii. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what they taste like though. Yes, for sure. My loquat is going well. Satsuma going 12 below zero should be used. Wow, nice. 12 below zero. That's good. That's pretty cold, man. 12 below zero is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you who don't know what minus 12 Celsius is, that's 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And actually, that's what they rate windmill palms as. Believe it or not, whenever you buy a windmill palm at the nursery, usually it's got a temperature rating on it. Says zone 8B or whatever, zone 8. But the temperature, they used to have the temperature on there too on the tag, and it would say 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what it'd say. Well, I can tell you what, at minus 12 degrees Celsius, I've seen the fronds completely fried on windmill palms that really aren't acclimatized. And what I was seeing, somebody posted some pictures of his windmill palms last week, and people who love palm trees. And he lives in Coquitlam, kind of near Vancouver, southeast of Vancouver. And they look pretty crispy, man. They look pretty winter damaged. Now, in our garden here on Salt Spring Island and around Salt Spring, you should never see a damaged windmill palm tree in the wintertime. It's just very rare to ever get that cold, damage a windmill palm tree here. And the oldest windmill palm trees here were planted in the 1960s. So it's kind of like Seattle. So there's some very old windmill palm trees in Seattle that date back probably to the 1930s. And I know the ones growing in the Chittacombe Ballard locks were planted by Carl English around 1939 or 41, around that time frame. And they're still there. Yeah. So food forest permaculture, Jeff at the plant farm here has a big citrus tree growing at his place. He has those Poinsettias trifoliate, which are totally hardy, but he's got a big citrus tree growing beside his house, and it produces nice edible citrus, big full-size oranges on it, and it's been outside for about 15 years now. I do have videos of it here. He's not sure what the type of citrus it is, but he says it tastes very well, tastes very good. Bunch of cat likely from the oh yeah, and I remember looking at the HPI journals years ago. And there was one in Tacoma area growing beside a brick building, and it might be the oldest one in that area. I think it was planted 1929, 1930, something like that. What fish are native to our area? Salmon, all different types of salmon, halibut, lingcod, rock cod, sturgeon, mud shark, flounder, sole, black cod, red snapper, tuna, you got to go off the chuck. They come in the blue water. So I don't know if you really call them native here, but the local guys fish for them sometimes 50 miles offshore off the west coast of Vancouver Island. Yes, navel cross Satsuma. Cool. Do you think that's what his might be? I wonder. Yeah, a bunch of Tacoma. Yeah, it's very mild down there. It's very good. Seattle's a good growing area. People don't realize how good it is there. I'm excited. I got to look at the temperature again. 3.3. 3.3 is better than nothing, man. I'll keep that. 3.3. If it wants to go up from there, I'm happy. long as it doesn't go down. So 3.3 degrees Celsius. That's okay. That's all right. It's better than -3, right? And in here is the outdoor one. Doesn't work on this anymore. There's an Oregon Scientific, an old one. I had it sit in my garage and I got it working. It's 24 degrees Celsius in here, inside the house. 24 degrees Celsius. Toasty. I don't know why it's heating up so fast. Must be the warm steelhead. Oh, we have steelhead too. We definitely have steel here too. We have rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, perch, bass. Oh, there's a whole bunch, so many different types of fish here. There must be a front coming in. They said it's supposed to warm up to 6 degrees Celsius overnight, so by morning. So we're going to find out. It's usually a degree warmer than Seattle. That's amazing. That makes a difference too, what you can or cannot grow piece to me. That's like Salt Spring Island. So when I left my place yesterday, it was 0.8. I get down to the beach there, and as low, I had a thermometer, at my digital thermometer. I set it in the Boutia, and you'll see it in Wendy's video. And it was down to it was 3.3 degrees. Like you could totally feel the difference there. Like we still got traces of snow sitting around yesterday here and there. You get into that area, there's not, it's like it's never snowed. It's like they never had winter, right? It's just like it was like a cool late winter day when I was down there. Ocean going rainbow. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, steelhead, yeah. Tacoma has a more legit zone 9. It's kind of like Tofino. Rainbow trout in the mountains. Oh, yeah, rainbow trout are so good. Oh, our lakes are full of rainbow and cutthroat here. And you know what? There's some big rainbow trout in our lakes. And there's also big bass. Hal and Michelle caught a 7-pound bass. And you know what he did? He deboned it and he smoked it. And man, was that good. And I've caught lots of bass in there. But I haven't fished in our lakes for... God, I think the last time I fished in our lakes was back in the 1980s, late 1980s at least. The rainbow trout in the mountains. Anyone here from Palm Nation? He hasn't been. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from Zach for a while. Maybe he's busy working. Maybe he goes hunting. Maybe he's snowed in. I don't know. What's the weather like in Henderson, Tennessee? I'm not too sure. I don't know what's going on there. No, I haven't heard from him. Hopefully everything's okay. Have not heard from Zach. And usually I always hear from Zach. And I hear from Caleb too. Caleb's not in there. Caleb's seeds are on the way. I just sent Caleb some seeds. And Caleb, if you're listening, let me know when those seeds arrive. He had an ice cream. Have to go. A lot of snow melting. Yeah, it is melting fast. Anyway, peace to you. Food forest permaculture. Cheers, man. Hang loose and drive safely out there. You know, the roads are wet here. They were wet today. Wendy's son and her daughter drove to town. The toughest thing was getting out of our driveway, through the snow. Nothing bad though. Ouch. Like a week ago. Oh, a week ago. Yeah, I don't know when the last time I talked to him. I'm not too sure. I think it was a few days ago. I think something like that. So hopefully he's okay. Maybe he went on holiday. Maybe he's in Hawaii. Wouldn't that be something, eh? Being in Hawaii right now. Oh, that would be nice. Where's White with Dreamy Eyes? No White with Dreamy Eyes in here either. And White with Dreamy Eyes isn't on Facebook. Have a 4x4, had fun. Oh, I bet you did, eh? Yeah, Wendy's son has a 4x4. He's got a Toyota Tacoma. And Wendy has a CRV Honda, which is 4-wheel drive. But she needs better tires on it. So she ain't going anywhere right now. Me, I have a Mazda B2300, little pickup truck, 5-speed with snow tires on it. So it's okay when I put weight in the back. Oh, so he's good. So he messaged you. Okay, so Zach is alive and well in the volunteer state. Another place I talk a lot is the volunteer state. So I got to look at the weather again and just make sure it's okay. Oh, okay. So now it went down to 2.8. It was 3.3. Now it says 2.8. So it's going up and down. It's kind of weird, eh? Okay. So anyway, well, I'm glad he's still alive. Tonight I'm having pasta for dinner. Wendy's son he went to the pasta store when he arrived yesterday from Vancouver, and we're going to have pasta. They make really good homemade pasta here. They have a pasta fresca in town. The guy's Italian, and they make everything from scratch. It's like the best. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Last night we had ham and cabbage rolls. Wendy made cabbage rolls, and they're good cabbage rolls. And the ham was good too. So we've been doing a lot of eating. And me not working, you gotta keep exercising because you don't want to turn into a pounder, right? That's the thing. So got to exercise more because I'm not working. Hawaii isn't really the greatest place, to be honest. For me, it is. I love Hawaii. To me, it's one of my favorite places. But I know there are better places. Like I heard New Zealand's nicer. I've been letting myself manage. Take down. Wow, 35. No way. Really? That's crazy. Well, the ones out in front of the sandwich shop in town are done. You can see the video of them. They're toast. It has a ton of problems. You see. Oh yeah, no, I know. I know the problems there. There's a lot of homelessness. There are drugs, especially in the big cities, unfortunately. And the Hawaiians actually live in poverty. Good percentage of the Hawaiians, and there's not a lot of true Hawaiians left. But what are left live in poverty. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. I will never turn into a fat fart. Trust me, man. I exercise 5 days a week, and I do watch what I eat. I don't think I'll ever get fat, but I haven't weighed myself in a while. When the snow's not here, I was actually shoveling some snow today. I'm always keeping busy. I'd love to visit Brisbane, Australia. Not right now. I don't think Australia is a good place to be. I think there's all these crazy lockdowns, right? They're super picky over there. I think a good place to be is in the U.S. The good place to be right now is Mexico or the U.S. And the U.S., not every state is buying into it. There's some great states to be in: Texas, Arizona, Montana, maybe Arkansas, Florida, Tennessee, right? Those states. Yeah, they're very intense, kind of like some provinces. Thinking to visit Iceland. Iceland would be cool too. Hey, I think palm trees might grow in Iceland somewhere, right? Maybe by one of those thermal vents. I wish I was in Mexico right now. My friend's in there too. She phoned us yesterday she phoned us 2 days ago from Mexico. She says, "Hey, Joe," she messaged me. She says, "Hey, Joe, I escaped Canada. Me and my boyfriend escaped Canada." So they went from Toronto. They lived in Toronto. No, Ottawa. They went from Ottawa. They drove all the way across into New York from somewhere down there. And then they got their tickets. They stayed in a hotel overnight, the plane tickets, and then they flew to Mexico. They're very lucky they got out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in Mexico. That's Wendy's looking at that place too. But right now I can't go anywhere. We're stuck here. Unfortunately, they grow bananas in Iceland. You know what? I'm thinking outside in Iceland by one of those geothermal vents. Like maybe by one of those hot pools, you could probably grow a Trachycarpus palm. What do you think? Don't you think it'd be worth a try to grow a Trachycarpus palm by one of those vents? I think it would be. They grow bananas in Iceland. Icelandic bananas. That is crazy to think about, that there's Icelandic bananas. It's a very volcanic island, right? There's a lot of volcanoes there, and I know there's a lot of hot springs, but I think a hot spring, if you got this big enough hot spring like a pond that's giving off all this steam and heat, it probably never gets that cold beside it. Like if you were to plant a palm tree right beside it, don't you think it would survive? Send a video. That's what you got to do. Send a video. I'll watch it. Well, let me look at the temperature again. I'm obsessed with the weather. Yeah, 2.6. So temperature's gone back down again. That's kind of annoying. It's kind of gone up and down. Okay, so I'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch that link there. I'll go back after and grab it, because if I click open now, I'm going to be... What is the video called? Do you know what the video is actually called before I click the link? Is it like bananas in Iceland? I bet you that's what it's called. If they can grow, get the distance from the spring, just block off the wind, I'm sure they can grow. That's what I'm thinking, palm tree dude. What do you think? Like, wouldn't you try if you lived in Iceland and say you had a hot spring on your property, and we'll just say the hot spring was like, 40 feet, like a pond, maybe 40 feet by 30 feet or something. We'll say just like a pond. And one of those you could sit in it. It's warm enough to sit in it in the winter. Feels like a hot tub. So there's warmth coming out all the time. Do you think that would work? I wonder. I got to walk down, pick up my car. Talk to you later. Okay, see you later. Peace to me. Have a good one. I'm happy you guys don't have any more snow down there. Hopefully everything did well. Keep us updated on the Washingtonia Robusta. Hopefully it survives that nasty, nasty cold snap we had. And we still got to get through January and February. Oh, God. 2022, the winter from hell, right? It is the winter from hell. That's good stuff. That's bubbly blackberry. I like that stuff. So, yeah, not exactly, though. They have polar nights in Iceland, 2.5 months, minimal sunlight. So I wonder if it's still worth the risk, though. La Nina. Yeah, La Nina. That's what they said it would be. And the Antichrist to El Nino. And it's happening. We're in the middle of it right now, man. We're in the middle of La Nina. Yeah. Just a friendly reminder, we live in the Great White North. Not even a lady palm would enjoy that. No, probably not. Yeah, later piece to me. Have a good one, man. Take care, and we will talk to you next time. James Clayton, has it stopped snow? Oh, yeah, no, it's been raining here since early morning. It snowed last night. Like, it started snowing here last night. When I got up in the morning, it was already raining out. So it's been raining here all day. So it's really sloppy and wet out there right now. And we got about 8.5 inches of snow dumped on us. Terrible snow. It broke a few things in the garden, like I say to these guys here on the stream. Broke a big branch off our toyon tree, which really, really choked me. Broke our butylon in half. Really nice big branch. And it also broke a branch off of the Fatsia, one of the branches with flowers on it. I'm pretty sure they have some trachycarpus. Oh, they do. There's actually videos of trachycarpus in Denmark. Go to YouTube and search trachycarpus in Denmark. That's all you got to do. And you will see them there. They are definitely in Denmark. And there's one guy there, but he hasn't posted a video update in a long time, covered in snow. Southern Norway, there are lots of palm trees too. I have a friend that lives in Norway, and he used to send me pictures of the big monkey trees there too. And he sent me pictures of some palms. So yes, palm trees do grow in Southern Norway. I think it's zone 8 in Southern Norway. And also in areas of Germany, there are trachycarpus palms. It's amazing where they grow, right? I mean, there's lots of areas where you don't suspect trees, but yet they will grow there. It's like here. No palm should ever really grow here in Canada, right? If you talk to somebody that doesn't know anything about palm trees or know where they grow, and you say, there are palm trees growing on the west coast of Canada, they will think you're full of crap, right? Until they actually come here and see them for themselves. My dad used to go to Sweden, work there once in a while, but yeah, and palm tree, dude, there are actually palms. And a guy posted one the other day on a forum, and I'm trying to think what forum it was. It might have been the Trachycarpus family. I think that's what the forum was, because I'm in a group on Facebook called the Trachycarpus family, and it was a palm tree growing in Sweden. And somebody asked him, what do you do with that in the winter? And he said nothing. Now, I find that hard to believe in a really cold winter. Personally, I'd prefer northern Norway, a lot colder. Yeah, I don't want the cold, though. That's the thing, man. I'd rather be in South Carolina myself. I think I'd rather be in South Carolina. I'm sure in southern Sweden it goes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I have seen pictures of palms there. There's not a YouTube. There's not a Facebook. There's a group on the internet called Palm Trees of Scandinavia. And it's been around a long time. It's probably been around as long as Facebook. Palm Trees of Scandinavia. So look that one up. That is a good page, and give you a little detail on what some of the stuff they grow there. It's an older one. I don't know if it's been updated, but there are certainly palm trees in Norway and Denmark and Sweden. And I've shipped a lot of seed there. There's one customer I have, and I haven't shipped him seed for a while now, but he has bought hundreds and hundreds of palm seeds for me. I bet you I've shipped that guy. I sell them in increments of 100 plus seeds, right? And I bet you I've sold that guy probably at least close to 1,000 seeds. And I've shipped him seedlings too. You do realize those palms can't be neglected. These palms can't be neglected. Yeah, like what do you mean? They need to be protected in the wintertime, Camel? Is that what you mean, not neglected? So like they're going to have to box them in if it gets cold. It's like trying to grow palms in Ontario. There's a lot of people that grow palms in Ontario, right? And if you didn't box them in or add heat with them, they would be dead. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm not saying that to be mean. Anywhere else in Canada, away from the Pacific coast, No palm tree will survive long term. No palm tree will survive long term there. It's just the way it is. It just gets too cold, and it's prolonged cold. So we had a prolonged cold here for a week, but it wasn't cold enough to kill Trachycarpus palms. Needle palms look good. Sable minors look good. Camarops look good too. Heat and light. Yeah, right. Heat and light is a problem. I have seen palm trees in really Vladivostok? No way. Because that gets cold there. That's in Russia. Isn't that like across from kind of like Alaska in that part of Russia, like Siberia? Are you sure you've seen palms there? Really? I thought it'd be like way too cold there. But I know in Ontario, there's a lot of guys that do grow palm trees, and I see their videos, and I know they're in my groups, and you do have to box them in. They usually build shelters around them, and they put thermocubes in them with heaters. I'd like to see somebody try one without it. I really would. I know there's some growing in Nova Scotia too, in Halifax, and they do box them in as well, Trachycarpus palms, because they would not be a long-term palm there. Maybe, I don't know what their mildest winters are like, but maybe in their mildest winters it might survive, but it would still get beat up. If everyone disappeared, do you think all the palms on your island would continue growing? Oh, yeah. I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of palm trees on Salt Spring. There are thousands of palm trees on Salt Spring Island. I mean, there's so many in private gardens too. You drive around the island, you'll see so many palm trees, right? You just look around. I mean, if you're looking for them, you're going to see them. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to see them. How long is El Nino going to? It's La Nina. This is La Nina. This is the worst. James, El Nino would be good. This is La Nina. La Nina is more cold. El Nino is usually a balmy winter, and El Nino, sometimes we can get a lot more rain out of it. This time we're getting colder and more snow. So it's been a cold winter here so far. It's been an ugly winter here so far. Old man winter has been very nasty to us palm growers. But you know, I'm looking forward to spring when I can actually do a really good update of the entire garden. I'll go down to the back where the Swampsonii are again. Right now they're buried in snow. Here in Eastern Ontario, we always get a week of minus 20. Yeah, see, so that would kill any palm tree. That'll kill any needle palm. That will kill sable minor. It's too cold. That's too prolonged, but the temperatures are too extreme for even the most cold tolerant palm tree to survive. And even in Windsor and Point Pelee, they do get extended cold down there. You got to remember, it's only zone 7. The mildest areas of southern Ontario. Point Pelee is zone 7. I lived in zone 8A, 8B before I moved here, and my palms would get damaged, okay? And some killed. There's a chance after next week may get snow. Cool. Well, you can do a video. Make a video of some snow, maybe some snowy palms. You know me, I don't miss anything with videos. You're going to see what it does here day by day. That's cold, man. That is cold. That's cold you will never see in Wales, James. You will never, ever see that cold. We already got snow 2 days ago. Oh, you got some in Richmond, Virginia. Interesting. I bet you we beat you. I bet you we got more snow than you. We got a lot of snow here, man. 8.5 inches like overnight. And then during that cold blast, we had 6 inches. So that's 14 and a half inches of snow we've had. That's a lot of snow, man. And, you know, there's some areas on Salt Spring that probably got 1.5 feet of snow easily. Matter of fact, a friend of mine posted some pictures this morning on Facebook, and they had way more snow than 8.5 inches. So it just depends where you live here. Wonder what Europe would look like without. They would be bad, man. If they keep saying the Gulf Stream's going to change, it would be sad. We got 6 inches. Okay, so you had a fair bit of snow too, palm tree dude. Waving Larry E. Ballard. You know what? I'm waving back at you. I'm giving you the shaka. I'm giving you the hang loose. So waving back at you, Larry Ballard. Good to see you in there. Always good to see everybody in there. And I'm amazed this live stream's carrying on so long because, you know, it kind of faded out, then it came back in, then it faded out, then it came back in, and now it's here to stay. I hope. So we'll see how long we can go. The Mediterranean region would be the same. It would be scary if the Gulf Stream changed course or something and didn't go by the UK anymore. It would be like, because with the latitude up there, it would be sub-zero all the time. It would not be good. Mediterranean region would probably be quite mild, but okay, but Western mainland, it would be screwed. Yeah, you're right. It would be pretty scary. It's kind of like us here on the West Coast. We're fortunate. We do have the offshore Japan current. We got the Pacific Ocean. We can still get cold. It's definitely balmier and palmier in the south coast of England, even though their latitude's higher. But we got Alaska to the north of us. And I know sometimes England can get cold air coming in from Russia. I guess that's what they call it. But ours comes from Alaska. So that cold snap we had, Alaska opened the doors up, and it just comes straight down the coast. All I know is I needed a jacket when visiting London in late June. Did you really? Wow. Yeah, and you're probably used to the warmth. That's why. Well, it was in the 90s. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, London is, it can get really cool. That's 49 degrees. I'd leave it if it got cold. Yeah, you'd have to. Hopefully it will never happen in your lifetime, James. I know there's some very nice palm trees where James grows. In one of our journals many years ago, it was back in the 1990s, they did an article on palm trees in Wales. And some of them featured were these massive Butea capitata palms. I'm talking with big trunks on them. So Wales is very mild in the winter. It wasn't freezing, of course, but it was in the 60s. In the 60s, yeah. Man, our summers get really warm here. That's our summers are way warmer than London. We get the heat, but I think their all-time lows are milder than us. A little windy, yeah. And that makes it feel cold. Well, in London, there's some date palms, right? There are big Phoenix canariensis growing in London. There's a YouTube channel, and the guy constantly shoots these videos of big Jubaeas, Washingtonias, and Phoenix growing all around in London. So they are out there. You just have to look for them. You have to know where to find them. You have to know what to look for. It's kind of like here, when you come to Canada, the only place you're really going to see palm trees are on the coast, where you're going to see them in abundance. The West Coast. I saw a big Butea in London. Oh, cool. Oh, I believe it. I've seen big Washingtonia there. And lots of Trachycarpus. Yeah, and there are Phoenix too. Where my daughter lived in Taunton, there was nice palms. And she lived near Devon, and then she moved to South Cornwall. And she took a picture of me down the promenade. It was date palms. Oh, you saw the channel too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat channel. There's some really good channels out there, gardening channels from the UK, But I'm sure, James, you probably know where all the palm trees are hiding in your neck of the woods in Wales. Now, Wales isn't a very big country, but it's a mild country. Winters are very mild. Winters are probably wet. And it just never gets that cold in Wales. It's very rare that they drop probably too far below freezing. It's kind of like Ireland. Ireland's the same thing too. Ireland is very mild. Very, very mild in the Emerald Isle, right? Never gets that cold. Even where Dara lives. Dara lives in, I'm trying to think what town Dara lives in. But I know they grow a lot of palm trees in Ireland, right? I'm getting hungry. I am. Oh, you guys, what time is it here? It is 5:15 p.m. Pacific time. 5:15 p.m. Pacific time. And I don't know if I need to run down to the pump house and put a trouble light on. I don't really feel like it. It's really raining out there. It's really ugly. Yeah. Yeah, Ireland, the Emerald Isle. Wendy has been to Ireland, England, Scotland, and France. I've never been there. Zach, aloha. I just saw update on this streamer who lives in Portland. Like, please donate me. Cool. Nice. That's awesome. I've grown one outside for just about 5 years, and it died in the summer when I went away to Hawaii. Nobody watered it. Got me thinking. If his Rhapis excelsa, which less hardy than Rhapis. Yeah, well, I've tried Rhapis excelsa because I've grown them before. I tried one under our sun deck, and it lasted for, a few winters. I think just about 5, maybe 4 winters. And it was close to the building. It's under an overhang, very sheltered in there. And the only reason it died is because we went to Hawaii for 3 weeks. It never got watered, and I had to water. It was growing in pretty poor rocky soil, and it was all dried out when I came back. It was pretty sad, actually. And you don't often find them around here at the nurseries. They're kind of tricky to find, and they're expensive, right? They're expensive little palms, the lady palms. Got me thinking. Yeah, I'd like to try one again. Maybe I should. Maybe I should try one again. If I can find one. I'm always admiring them when I go to Hawaii, but I never find seed on them. Like even at our condo where we stay, there's big ones. Cool, Zach. That's pretty awesome. So it's made it in Portland. That is Tropical PDX. I think that's the channel you're talking about, right? Tropical PDX. Is that right? Humulus. I've never actually had a Rhapis humulus. I've only had Rhapis excelsa. You know where I saw one growing, or maybe two, is in front of a Chinese food place up on the Sunshine Coast where Wendy's mom and sister live. It is, yeah, Tropical PDX. He's got a nice garden there, doesn't he? He's got a mule palm out there. He's got Butia. He's got Jubea. I was down looking at the Jubea. Yeah, he's on my. I think he's even on my Facebook group too. He comes here. He's on these live streams. Yeah, I do. I watch his videos and I comment on them. And if I haven't commented with this channel, it's probably commenting with my other YouTube channel. So you might not know it's me commenting because my other YouTube channel has palmy stuff on it too. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, he moved there from Toronto. He used to live in Ontario. And I think I'm pretty sure he's actually in my Facebook group too, people who love palm trees and exotic plants. I might use my Eureka palm as an annual. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's not one of my favorite palms, I must admit. Like they're okay, but they're so overused when you go to the tropics too, right? I sent me home. He said, I sent me. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Cool. Well, whoever visits me, I always leaves with palm seedlings too. If you ever visit my garden, I'll send you home with some palm seedlings. You just got to get them across the border. That's the only thing, right? Sometimes they can be sticky and it's tricky, right? Because you sometimes get those border guards that can be really picky, and they don't want you bringing plants across. But I do make sure to bare root them. If you came to my garden, I'd probably put them in a pot of soil and you could bare root them yourself, just so you could have them. And you'd have to take them out, maybe put them in a baggie, wrap them up in a paper towel, a wet paper towel. So when I visited Florida, Ricas were everywhere I could see. Yeah, they're annoying. They're not my favorite palm. Like they're the least favorite of my tropical palms. Is a Rica palm, Chrysotilla carpus luciens, butterfly palm. I think they're native to Madagascar, and they use them a lot in Hawaii for hedges. Everywhere, even out the back of our condo, Rica palms, all over the place. And yeah, they're beautiful, but I wouldn't have them if I lived there. I remember staying the very first time I went to Maui. Wendy, I stayed at this B&B in Kihei, and what a wonderful world B&B, and the whole perimeter was Areca palms. I mean, they had other palms growing in the gardens, but the whole perimeter was a hedge of Areca palms. They changed the genus to Dipsis. Oh, Dipsis? Okay. Dipsis luciens, is that what it is now? God, I hate when they change names. It's like years ago it was Athrenia armata. How do you say it? Athrenia armata. Now it's Brahia armata. Something like that. I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, and then it's also Neodipsis decarii as the Madagascar palm. I think it's Dipsis decarii. And then Christmas palm was Veitchia morillii. I think they changed the name on that one too because of how common they are. They were still using them as an annual. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like Majesty palms, right? Majesty palms are like, they seem to be a dime a dozen when you go to Home Depot or Walmart. You want a cheap fix for your, a tropical plant for your house, but they're really tricky to actually grow inside because they're prone to spider mites. So the ones that were growing outside in Ganges, I mean, they packed it in when the cold came, but they actually made it till past winter, which is quite amazing. Yeah, they change. And then, they change a lot of them. Chamaerops excelsa. Or Trachycarpus excelsa, or is it Chamaerops excelsa? They used to label Trachycarpus palms. I'm going to be germinating a bunch of eucalyptus seed I collected through Oh, cool. There's eucalyptus are great. And we got a lot of eucalyptus in our yard. And I'll do an update on them all after the cold is gone, after we're back to normal again. We're going to say mid-March, okay? Mid-March, I will run through our garden. And what I'm very interested in is taking that nursery pot off of that date palm. What do you think, folks? I know a lot of you think it's going to be dead. I'm thinking it's going to be dead too. What are the chances of that palm surviving? It's one I grew from seed. I grew all our date palms from seed. So I have a Phoenix canariensis under a pot, a big 20-gallon or 15-gallon nursery pot, whatever it is. And It's mulched in there. I think I mulched it. So we'll see if it survives. Take care, William. Good to have you in there, buddy. Have a great night. Have a good dinner if you're going to have dinner. It's actually later there. You're 3 hours ahead, so it's 8:22. You've probably eaten already. It's 5:22 p.m. here. Germination, eucalyptus a few years ago, of course. Sometimes they get damp off disease, damp off, that mold, whatever, damping off, and it kills them. So you got to spray the stuff on them so it doesn't get damp off. No damp, it's called damping off. But eucalyptus neglected is still alive and big. Well, you know what? There was a huge, and we have eucalyptus neglected. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 eucalyptus neglected in our garden. We used to have a big one, and it broke in the winter of 2008. Never came back, snapped right off. And then it froze. So it snapped off, then it froze because it was too cold for it. It got down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. There was a big one at Grace Point, and the last gardener cut it down. It was absolutely a beautiful one. I hope it survives. Yeah, ours will be fine. Our eucalyptus trees actually at this point look really good. Actually, I shot a video on eucalyptus today. I'll try to upload it tomorrow morning. Mine is bent. Yeah, the snow really bent the crap out of ours, man. It bends. The garden is just looks terrible right now because of everything's all bent out of shape. Even the palm fronds are all flopped down. They're all hanging down. So it's going to take a while before everything pops up. And then, we'll probably get another dump of snow in February, right? It's like, so annoying. I hate winters like this. I like the winters where we don't get any snow. 0 snow. That's the winter I like best. Pineapple plants in Nevada, and that wouldn't surprise me. If it never got cold enough at night, because Nevada, it can snow in Nevada. It actually snows in Vegas too. I know that for a fact. But if it never got cold in Nevada, southern Nevada, you could definitely grow them for sure. I don't know how long term they'll be though. It's like growing Bismarckia nobilis in Phoenix. People do it. There are Bismarckia nobilis in Phoenix. Oh, I got to check the fire. Hang on. How's the fire? Oh, yeah, throw a log in there. Yes, we do not want the fire to go out. I forgot about it. That's how we heat our house here. That's pretty cool. Pineapple plants in Nevada. How about that? So when we're on Maui, we eat a lot of pineapples. And I take the tops and I plant them in the garden. So the garden, it's not our condo. I planted a lot of pineapples in there. So, and I said that to one of the guys there, and he says that one of the gardener guys says, "No, you can't. You're not supposed to be planting." Was it the gardener guy? No, it was the guy that actually owned the condo. One of the condos I stayed in. I say, because I stayed in another condo the next year, and I said, "Hey, I met the guy that owned the condo," and I said, "I planted a bunch of pineapples in your garden out back," and he doesn't garden. He knows nothing about gardens. He says, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that." And I says, "Well, I did it. They're growing." I said, "They've been growing in your garden for like 3 years now, right?" I just didn't have the heart to throw the tops out. When you live in the tropics, you got to plant everything, man. It's like living in a greenhouse, man. It's like, I wish I was in Hawaii right now. Sounds like they're playing games down there. So Wendy's kids are visiting. Maybe she'll come up here and say hi. I'll see just a minute. I might have to go down there. So, Wendy's daughter's actually got a really good YouTube channel you might want to check out. She does singing. I should write it down here. It's Shiloh. You see that? Shiloh, Wild Child. That's Wendy's daughter's YouTube channel. Very good voice. Very good singer. She does good videos. Larry E. Ballard. Nothing like throwing a log on the... Yeah. We burn eucalyptus. We're burning eucalyptus. Our wood sheds are full of eucalyptus. We have arbutus and Douglas fir. Lots of Douglas fir. So eucalyptus, arbutus, and Douglas fir. I watch your videos on germinating. Quick question. I'm waiting for the seed capsules to open. Once they would... No, I'd never do them in a Ziploc baggie. I'd always do them. Some need cold stratification, but I'm sure they've already got that now, going through the freeze. I would just put them in a seed flat. Don't do them in a, I don't think they work. I don't know. I've never tried them in a Ziploc baggie. I do that for palm seeds or other seeds too, but not eucalyptus seeds. Any other alternative to a community pot and into the fridge? Yeah, no, you can put them. I mean, you can probably put them outside right now because it's so cold out, right? You definitely could. But I know some seeds, eucalyptus, need cold stratification in order to germinate properly, right? But anyway, Larry, yeah, that's only, we don't turn on any electric heat in our house. Tropical test is breadfruit trees. Yes, breadfruit trees are very tropical. Yeah. And what was I going to say? Yeah, so wood heat does feel very nice. So I split 3 cords. Did I split 3 cords last year? Yeah, I guess it was 3 cords. I split a lot of wood every year. We get some trees cut down every year, big ones. So Douglas fir, we had about 10 eucalyptus trees cut down, big 100-foot eucalyptus trees. So that gave us a lot of firewood. And there's still a bunch of eucalyptus out there. I still got to split. I moved it to the woodshed area, but we still got to split it. So it burns hot. Eucalyptus tree burns killer hot. Eucalyptus wood. Do the seeds need to be cold stratified after capsules open? Often that's what people do too. You just put them in the fridge, right? So you could actually, you could put them in a Ziploc baggie or some damp peat moss and put them in the fridge. But I mean, I'm guessing they've already had some cold stratification if they've been outside, right? Some of them need a few weeks, several weeks. You'd have to look at the variety. You know what you do? You have to find out what variety you have, go online and find out how long they need to be cold stratified. So if you're growing Eucalyptus neglecta, check out Eucalyptus neglecta and cold stratification. Maybe they're good to go. These are snow gum. Yes, they need stratification. Yes, I've grown them from seed before. We have big snow gums on Salt Spring Island. And I do remember putting them in the fridge. I just don't remember how long I put them in the fridge for. It seems like a few weeks or something. That's what it seems like to me. If I remember, it's a long time. It was a long time ago that I actually grew those ones. But we have a lot of snow gums on our property. And actually, we had a big one that naturalized. And then the snow took it down. It was about 30 feet tall, something like that. The snow took it down several years ago. So I bucked it off. It came back, but there were seedlings all over the garden. The deer had ate a bunch of them. And then there's 2 left. And they're actually starting to look like nice trees now, little trees. I put them in the fridge, then in a flat, maybe depending on what they are. Yeah, so in the fridge, and then that's how I germinate them in a flat. That's the best way. I can't believe how long this live stream has been going for. It's crazy. This is a long live stream. Maybe I'm going to roll soon because I might have to. I want to see what the temperature is. Hang on. It's only 2.3 degrees Celsius out there. I think I'm going to have to go down to the pump house. Planted a winter creeper plants because they're a broadleaf and pretty cold stratifying acorn. Oh, cool. I like acorns and walnuts. That's awesome. Acorns from like oak trees, right? So that's okay. Some plants do need cold stratification. So I'm going to say the palm seeds I harvested yesterday down off the Trachycarpus wagnerianus, they went through that deep freeze. And I often harvest palm seeds after they'll go through a deep freeze. Doesn't seem to affect the Trachycarpus seeds. So I took them off that female Trachycarpus wagnerianus. And yes, they experience temperatures in the lower 20s Fahrenheit. Thanks for the tips. Aloha, Joe. Have a good night. Yeah, take care, Zach. See you later, man. And all of you guys, take care. And yeah, I used to get a lot from New Zealand tree seeds. I've got some from California, and then, of course, our own trees as well, right? We have our own trees here to take seeds from. But now, not all the mountain gums, it's going to be maybe a while before I get seed again because we had them all cut down. That's the thing. So we have to wait till they get a little bigger and produce some seed on them. Oh, maybe I do have one bigger one I can still get some seed from. It's not huge, but our big eucalyptus trees have been all cut down. The spinning gums, parvula, I can still get seed from, but the spinning gums used to produce a lot of seed, and we got them chopped, axed. The arborist cut them down, so they're just full of new growth. So I might leave this on here for a bit. I think I'm going to go out, and maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll just let it stream for a bit. And if you guys are in here, then I'll chat with you. So I'm afraid if I turn it off, then I might not be able to get back onto it. That's what I'm worried about. So you guys go do about your stuff. Go. I mean, if you're going to have dinner, go grab a drink or whatever. And I'm going to go down to the pump house and just turn on the trouble light just in case. Under the pump, I got a 100-watt trouble light because, like I say, our pump house is not insulated. And I do not want to ever take a chance of that thing freezing, because if our pump freezes, we can't get water to our house because we're on a well. We have a well here, right? Hey, DTS1GMD. Cool name. I can never remember that one. But anyway, it's good to have more eucalyptus tree, James, than not enough, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to head out for a minute and I will be back. So, hey, cheers to you. And if you're around, I'll be around. I'll be back. I'm going to go grab I'm going to show you this new flashlight. So I did a review on it. Okay, I want to show you this flashlight. This is such a badass flashlight. So once you get so many subscribers on YouTube, you get companies messaging you and say, hey, do you want to review a product for me? And I've reviewed a few products over the years, right? I think the very first one I reviewed was a banana slicer a few years back. And then somebody sent me a digital thermometer with remote, goes on your iPhone a couple of years ago, said, will you review it? Then I got the grow light, that black light grow light. Will you review it? So this came a few days ago. This is and I'm not just saying this because I reviewed it. This is a really badass flashlight. I give it 5 out of 5. So this is called a Through Night TT20 Tactical. It's quite heavy. You plug it in with a USB port, that little black thing, pop it off. You can plug it into your computer. So I'm going to show you something here. It is the brightest flashlight I've ever seen. So you see that. By holding that, it'll get brighter or it'll get dimmer just by holding your finger on the button. Okay, so then you see that? And then we're going to go like this. Watch this, man. This is like blinding. Over here, watch this. This is a bright light. You see that? So anyway, I'm quite happy with that. And I gave it a pretty good review. Comes with a belt clip. Comes with a little cord. You can hang it on there. That's how you turn it on the back. That's how you turn on the big one on the back, right? It's very, very bright LED. It lights up the back of our property. So actually, I'm going to take this down to the pump house with me so I can see what's going on. It's a great light. And you know what? They don't just sell lights. Look at their website. They're on Amazon Through Night. Just look at their website. They sell knives and everything. And they sell all different types of lights. And they're very well made. Very well made light. It's aluminum and it's 98 grams. And I don't know how many candle power it is, but man, it just cranks it. I've never seen a little light so powerful. It's got a little blue light there that comes on, turn on. So we'll turn it off right there. Pretty cool, huh? I'm liking that. Turn that down. There we go. That's just as bright as I see. Yeah. So that's what they want you to do. And somebody else just messaged me and want me to do a review on their games. They want me to put ads on there, and I'm not a gamer. Like video games, I says, you know what? And they'll offer you. Some of the companies will offer you money to do that, and they said basically pick a price starting at. It says they offered me $1,100. I'm not going to lie. They offered me $1,100 to do a review of their game, but I said I'm honest. I says I'm not a gamer. I know nothing about video games, so I wouldn't be good at it. But I know a bit about flashlights, and I did read it off the thing because I wanted to get all the specs right on it. But I have a small flashlight in my truck, and we have other flashlights, and I've always had flashlights, but I've never had video games. So I said, maybe it's better to get somebody else to do the video game one, but not me. But a flashlight one, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they sent me that, and then they got the review. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Pretty badass light. So that's on the low beam. So I'm going to be taking that out there, and it gets warm. It's LED. It actually gets warm on the end. Heat your hands with it. So anyway, yeah, we'll let somebody else do a review on games because I've never been a video game guy. I know my kids have been into video games, and you have to know something about video games, right? Video games, I know there's so many gamers out there, and there's so many gaming channels, and that's just not my thing. You know what I mean? I rather make YouTube videos of plants, and I know I make a lot of them of my radio because there's a lot of radio people out there. And one of them here I actually talked to, Big Stack in Ottawa. I've actually talked to him on my radio. I've talked to him on my two-way radio. Right there. One day I was on there and Big Stack comes back to me from Ottawa, which was super cool. What are the odds of that? I'm on a frequency. There's so many frequencies on there, and I'm on this frequency. I'm calling, and then he comes back to me on this frequency, and we had a nice little chat. Hey, more beer. I'm thinking more beer. Well, we're coming to David Button's place. We want to head to David's place. I hope you got a barbecue going, Dave. Ah, man, life down under, man. Dave, you got her going on, buddy. I'm envious. Surrounded by beautiful palm trees. Australia is a beautiful place. It's a very beautiful place, Australia. And it's a big place, too. Yeah, me neither on the games. No, yeah, I'm just, this one was Monster. What the heck was it? Monster something, the game. Propagation of radio should be improved soon. New sunspot. Oh, good. Synchronicity. Yeah, it was crazy, James, how that worked. A big stack. Like I'm calling CQDX on upper sideband 27555 megahertz, and Big Stack happened to be on that channel at exactly the same time, and we had a nice thing. Amish City, but it's full of nasty critters. Nasty critters? What's full of nasty critters, Hamish? What's that? The internet or the games? Look, I heard you. It was good luck. It was cool. I'm glad we got to talk, and hopefully we'll do it again. We'd actually have to pick a frequency because, generally every day I do hear some people coming in from Ontario. Oh, Australia. There's some really, I heard in Australia right now, it's just a lot of nasty stuff going down with the lockdowns and all that. And it's just like, it's happening in Eastern Canada too. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the way things are going here. And I don't even want to get into it. Anyway, we'll stick with the flashlight right there. So check out their website, Through Night, THRU, then NITE, Through Night flat products, right? And like I say, they make knives and a whole bunch of other things. But this is probably the most powerful little flashlight I've ever owned. It's pretty cool. I was waiting to hear a guy in Yellowknife. Oh, really? I have not talked to Yellowknife in decades. I don't even remember the last time I've talked to Yellowknife and Northwest Territories. I've talked there before, but it's been a long time. A long, long time. It's like some places you just don't hear that much, like Newfoundland. I've talked to Newfoundland, but a long time ago. Hey, Big Stack, have you ever talked to those islands off of Newfoundland? They're owned by France, Saint Pierre and Miquelon and Saint Pierre. They're actually owned by France, the country of France, and it's just like a 30-minute ferry ride from Newfoundland. Later, I'm boarding a plane. You're boarding a plane to work. Open cut mine 2 weeks. Oh man, have a good one, Dave. Holy cow, open cut mine, awesome. Lucky you. It's going to be hot. Take care, buddy. Oh, it was the first time you heard Yellowknife. Is that right? Yeah. Well, I've heard them more than once. But like I say, it's been years since I talked there. You could use that lighthouse. Yeah, no kidding. No, it is. This lights up the property, man. It's just like, let me turn off the light here. I just want to show you something. Let me just show you how bright this thing is. Okay, so there's, I'm just going to show you something here. So I got my hand on the button. So that's the low beam, and then we'll go back to low beam. Low, then I'm going to go high. That's the high beam. Check that out, man. That just, you know what? Hey, even better. Okay, I'm going to show you my radios. Okay, in the dark. You see the radios? Yeah. See them better with the light on them, can't you? It's awesome. I'm impressed. I can't believe what that is. Shit. Okay, now I'm in the dark. How's that? There's actually heat coming off of that thing, man. Holy cow. Warm my hands on it all day. Anyway, so that's the Through Night TT20 Tactical. Keep that with me. It said you can use it as a weapon too. So it could be used as a weapon. That's what it says. It is Maple. It is 5:42 p.m. Pacific time here. Parajubale actually looks awesome, Hamish. Looks awesome. I looked at it the other day. So it's wrapped up in burlap, and I got the fronds sticking out, and what fronds are sticking out look perfectly fine. I do have a patio umbrella on it too. So you're still waiting to hear from them, eh, Big Stack? Okay. It does get hot. The end of this thing actually gets hot. It's crazy. And it's LED, which blows me away. It survived. Oh, yeah, it totally survived. Oh, yeah. It's nice over here, 3 and a little early. Oh, it's 3:42. 3:42 a.m. Where are you, Maple? What is your location? I'm going to say, what's your 1020? 1020 is radio talk for location. Whereabouts are you? It's not very nice here. It's raining out. I wonder if you can see the star constellation in the Milky Way galaxy in your area. Or their light. No, you could see them here when it's clear because there's no lights here at night. When it goes out, it's dark. It's 8:40. Yeah, it's 8:40. It's 8:42 there. Okay, whereabouts are you? We're on the Pacific coast of Canada. I'm located. Oh, you're in Finland. Okay. I've shipped a lot of seeds to Finland. Lots of palm seeds to Finland. Okay. Wow. Yeah, no, we can see stars really nicely here, you guys. Like I say, there's no street lights around us or anything, or no neighbor lights. So when the lights go out, when it's pitch black out there, it's just darkness. I keep leaving on caps. Oh, do you really? I got to go grab something to drink. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey, are you guys still there? Yes, we do have cycads outside. And we have some in pots, but I put the one in pots inside because it was just too cold. And other people do grow cycads too. I'm the biggest fan. Hey, fan of Banana JSSI. Where are you from? Oh, Newport News, VA. Just moved here from Lorain, Ohio. It's 7B Airport. Cool, right on. Buckeye State. You know what? I talk to Ohio a lot. I do talk to Ohio a lot on the radio. And you know what? You can grow palms in zone 7B and 8A, that's for sure. The backyard in Wales. Oh, you do in the backyard in Wales? Cool. That's awesome. Wales, you can grow everything, by the way, folks. People you don't know where Wales is, look it up on a map. It's a very mild little area in the UK. You know that so many people in Finland grow palm. Well, I don't know if they actually grow them outside, Maple, but I ship a lot of palm seeds over the years. eBay, mostly on eBay, because I do sell on eBay, which reminds me, I'm going to have to put another listing on there tonight of the hybrid palms. I went and harvested some hybrid palms yesterday from a female Trachycarpus wagnerianus. And the reason I say hybrid is because there's male Trachycarpus fortuna nearby. Well, you can grow them if you want. You just have to protect them, DTS1. You just have to box them in. If you're in a really cold, like seriously, there are people in Ontario that grow palm trees, and that's no lie. Go to on YouTube. You're on YouTube now, and Google or YouTube it. Palm trees in Ontario, or winter protection for palm trees. Winter protection, palm trees in Ontario. But just palm trees in Ontario is most likely going to get you to a video of some of these guys growing palm trees in Ontario. And we all know how cold Ontario can get in the wintertime. So, yeah, they need major protection, but people actually do it. There are palm trees growing in people's private gardens, and they box them in and put heat with them. Hope to get some seeds of mine, protect them. Cool. And you're growing windmill palms, eh, Maple? Is that what you have? Oh, yeah, no problem. You know what? I don't care. Yeah, it's good. That's fine. You know what? You can come in here anytime. I don't care. Anybody can come in my live streams, man. I don't judge anybody. Speaking of Bigfoot, we watch this guy, Bigfoot. There's actually a good channel you would like if you like Bigfoot stuff. It's called How to Hunt. Okay. The YouTube channel is called How to Hunt. And I got to find it. You'd like it, man. And people send in letters to this guy and he reads them of their Bigfoot sightings. So let me find it. And the guy's name's Steve, and he lives in our province. And what he does, he's like a tracking guide, a hunting guide. He takes people out hunting. So he's had encounters with these things. But you could send in a video, or not a video, a letter. Like say you spotted or you had an encounter, you could send it to him. And he'll read it on the air, on his channel. Yeah, you can stay here. I don't kick anybody out. You can totally stay here for sure. And I don't care where you live. If you live in Ohio, Battery, it doesn't matter to me. As long as people aren't swearing and stuff in here, I really don't care where they are. Okay, so I'm going to find this guy for you, Bigfoot. Hang on. How to hunt. How to hunt. Let's find it. Oh, there it is right there. I can't even believe I'm not even subscribed to him. Okay, so this guy has 236,000 followers. Okay, so you'll like this guy. Okay, so here is a link for you, Bigfoot, right there. Check out this channel, and you'll like it, man. Steve is an awesome dude. We watch him every night. So, yeah, I got 2 windmills and a Yucca rostrata, Philostachys. Oh, cool. So you got some stuff happening there, man. Right on. And you're in zone 6A. So you know what? In zone 6A, try Sable Minor, try Rhapidophyllum hystrix. And I mean, man, if you want to try an arborescent palm like a Trachycarpus fortunei, just make sure you give it a lot of protection. That's all. If you don't want to protect your plants, but want something tropical, definitely. Yucca rostrata is good. I had protected and it was taken -20 with 0 protection. Yucca rostrata is pretty awesome. They are beautiful, beautiful plants. And you know what? They actually grow them up here through our wet winters. There's a lot of Yucca rostrata here on the west coast of Canada. Very cold hardy. And you know what? That's one yucca we do not have in our garden, which is kind of upsetting. I actually had one in my hand. I was at a Palm Society barbecue about 10 years ago. And the guy had some for sale there. They were $45 or something. I walked on the ferry. A guy picked me up on the other side. I walked on the ferry, and guess what? I says, I'll get it another time. I never bought it or anything. I just said, if you got them next time, I'll come. When I'm over, I'll get them. Well, they were all gone. He never got them again. And I never got a Yucca rostrata. They're hard to find here. I have a little agave in. Going to put it outside in the spring. Yep. Well, some agaves are very cold hardy. There's guys in Ontario that grow them, I think, without winter protection. Cactus is fine. I took a picture. I posted some pictures today on my Facebook page. I'm always posting pictures, James, on my Facebook page. Okay. So if you don't see videos here, which you'll always see videos, but I post lots of pictures of plants and gardens on my Facebook page. And one of them was of the cactus in the snow. The cactus is buried in the snow, right? Thanks for the Bigfoot guy. I'm so excited about the location. It's really excited. Cool. Well, that's good. Sounds like a good location. Hey, I'll give you another Bigfoot guy here too you'll like. It's called Dixie Cryptic. This guy's good too. Dixie. Dixie Cryptid. Yeah, this guy's really good. Did I subscribe to him? I subscribed to him. This guy's awesome. So this guy Bigfoot is in Mississippi. So there's another link for you right there if you like Bigfoot stuff. Yucca elata is the hardiest trunking yucca. Yeah, you know what? Yucca elata, there's two big ones growing in Orville, Washington, just south of Osoyoos, British Columbia. They were planted in 1961. They brought them up from Arizona, and they're still there today. Yeah, I've been looking everywhere for Rhipidophyllum sable minor, but they're pretty rare. We have 7 Rhipidophyllum hystrix in our garden, and we have a lot of sable minor because I have grown literally hundreds of sable minors from seed. I can say more like thousands of sable minor from seed. So we have a lot of sable minor palms in our garden, totally hardy. I got the seed from Good Ecotype too. We have lots in the nursery. They're in the greenhouse right now in a non-heated greenhouse. We have sable minor from Texas. We have sable minor. Well, we had some from Texas. I don't know if I have any left of those. Sable minor from Oklahoma. Sable minor from North Carolina. Sable minor from Warren City, Arkansas. And Louisiana and Georgia. I have trouble finding reliable source sable minor online. They grow 45. Yeah, it'd be a nice one to experiment with. I know James Palms has a big one growing in his garden in Ontario, but he does protect it. Well, I heard Cherokee's pretty hardy too, but McCurtain County, Oklahoma, those are pretty hardy minor as well. I protected my banana tree, Fred, in October. Prickly pears. -20. Wow. That's crazy. That's cold. Did you get your Texas miners? I'm not sure. Like, people send me stuff all the time. Like, honestly, I've never paid for a sable minor seed in my life, and I've had bags of them sent to me in the mail. Some came from North Carolina. Some came from Texas. Louisiana, I've had sable Birmingham sent to me from Georgia. South Carolina, Florida, Virginia Beach, from all over the place. And like in Arkansas and Oklahoma. So I'm not too sure. I know the name Don Moorhead. I definitely know that name. So is he the guy that grows a lot of palms? He's got a lot of palm trees in his garden. He's like a palm nut. What does difference hardiness? I don't know. I think they're both hardy. Sable minor and sable Louisiana are both very hardy. But I don't know which one is more hardy. The only things I have outside is some kind of opuntia. Has James Palmetto survived? Well, it'd be protected. Yeah, it probably did, but it's protected. Bigfoot. I saw it. I don't watch it. Microstates. Cool. Wow. Microstates. Interesting. So they could have come from Don Moorhead, or maybe they came from something he collected them from. But I know the name Don Moorhead, and it's just hard to say if they exactly came from him. Outside. So punch in sempervirens. You should try some of the hardy succulents too, DTSI. Try some of the hardy agaves. There's lots of agaves out there that are quite cold hardy. So you could be trying some of those too. You know, it's fun to experiment. And, you know, you can utilize your microclimates, the overhangs of your house. On a south wall, you can grow some nice hardy cactus there where it stays dry in the winter. I got a bunch of humifusa. Those are very hardy maple. Yes, those are beautiful. And I see we have those growing in our garden here too. And I see a lot of those in the cactus gardens here. We have a native species on our island and is called Opuntia fragilis. So it's a lower growing prickly pear. Don grew lots of S. Louisiana. My messed up citrus breeder. Remember Alligator Alley website? Yeah, that's maybe where I've seen him before. He experimented with a lot of stuff too, didn't he? Vatican is a microstate. I want to buy a farm someday and build a village. Cool. VA Vatican. VA Vatican. Is that like in Virginia? Declare it the independent nation. I wish we could do that with Salt Spring. We have a flag. We have currency. And you have to get a boat. You have to take a ferry to get off island here. I mean, we could become our own little country if we wanted to. That was the plan. Ages ago, there was a group of people that actually wanted Salt Spring to break away and become more independent. Kind of like Guernsey. You know, like I think the Isle of Man, Guernsey, those places off the coast of England, right? And there was a group of people, a big group of people. So that's why they started the currency here. 21 years ago, they started this Salt Spring Island currency. It's called, it's the banknotes. We have our own denomination of banknotes from 1 to 100 here on Salt Spring Island. And sore neck. You can actually use it in the stores here, and it's only legal tender on Salt Spring Island. And it's actually quite beautiful. The currency, there's a coin, there's stickers, there's the flag. We have a flag out front of our B&B here, a Salt Spring Island flag. It's got a Canadian maple leaf in it, but it's got blue on one side and green on the other. Yeah, I won't become. I'd like to become part of the U.S. myself. There is a botanical house, Finland, where they grow different types of tropical plants. Filamentosa cactus. Oh, cool! A botanical house. So are they growing it outside, Maple? Is that right? Different kinds of bamboo, types of tropical plant. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I guess different parts of the temperatures are different all over Finland. So I'm guessing maybe there's milder areas of Finland too, right? And I don't know a lot about Finland. I know I've shipped a lot of seeds to Finland, and I've shipped my palms there too. Bastar from Quebec. Hello. How are you doing in Quebec? Hey, we have snow here on Salt Spring Island on the ground. I got to check the temperature again. Okay, good. Temperature's gone up. Ah, good. That makes me happy. So we're at around 3 degrees right now. I'm in zone 5. My rose bushes are supposed Tom. Okay. So you're in zone 5. Interesting. That's the same growing zone as Ottawa. Yeah, if we could become part of the U.S., would be even better. Bigfoot. That would be nice. I would like that. Right now, at this time, would be a good thing. Some crazy people think Finland doesn't. Lots of opportunities. Timber. Wow. Finland is in Scandinavia, right? That's where Finland is. No, it's not. San Juan Islands are just like these islands. They're no different. We can see them from here. San Juan Islands is the same archipelago. I think they actually get more wind than us, the San Juan Islands. Yeah, they got them planted outside all around. Oh, that's cool. So they're experimenting with different plants in Finland. Awesome. -4 outside of Toronto. Oh, you're in Toronto. Okay. Yeah, it's 3 here right now. So we're well below normal. We should be about 7 degrees for a high. I think 1 for a low. It's been cold the last, we're going into the second week here too. You're in zone 5. My rose bushes having extreme. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's pretty cool. You should be trying sable miner and needle palm there. Although they like the heat, that's the thing. You know what you could try? Try a Trachycarpus fortunae. Try a palm tree there. Yeah, that's what you got to try in Finland. So the guys I'm sending the seeds to, the customers, I don't know what they're doing with them, with all the palm seeds. Are they planting them outside? I really don't know. I'm not too sure. So if there are palm trees outside in Finland, I would like to know about it. I really would. That'd be pretty awesome. If you see palm trees outside, make a video of them. And I guess it does depend on where you are in Finland too, just like Germany, just like Norway, just like Sweden, right? Finland is a very cold country in the winter and summer for most of it. It is okay, interesting. I'm in southern Finland, so over is like 6 BC. Okay, inwards 3. Okay, so you're in the mildest area. So it'd be like Toronto where you're at, something like that. Daniel, westernmost Norway and Denmark. And yes, they can. And there are some nice palms growing in Denmark. I've seen them for sure. And I know they grow in southern Norway. Will this climate change with this climate change, are growing zones changing? I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know much about climate change. I know people follow that more than us. I know the Earth goes through different things over so many years. Things do change that way. But, every so often we get a cold winter. This is nothing new to us. A lot of people think this is nothing new to us getting this cold weather. We've had this kind of cold before. Maybe in hundreds of years, none of our climates are going to change. Yeah, I wonder. It'll be interesting to see. We won't be here. Are there coconut toms in? There are coconuts. Yes, there are coconuts in Bermuda. Yes, there are. Dropping around 10 degrees Tuesday morning. Cover the track. Safety. Yeah, I would cover them. 10 degrees is -12. There are coconut on Bermuda, same latitude as San Francisco. And yeah, and there's no coconuts in San Francisco or South Carolina. You may be warmer for a few winters, but a reality check will come in. Yeah, I guess it will. There is an archipelago in southwestern Finland where hardly ever goes under 17, so you could definitely grow sable minors. Yeah, that'd be cool. And as long as you get the heat. Now, the thing with sable minor, and I got them planted in the hottest pot of our garden. They seem to do okay here. They grow slower this far north, but they are fully hardy. We have, like I say, 7, not sable minors, sorry, I'm talking needle palms. We have 7 sable needle palms. 7 needle palms are Podophyllum and we have lots of sable minor. But you put them in a hot spot. They need hot. That's what they do to put on growth this far north. Because where they're native to, they get a lot of heat. They get a lot more heat than we do, for sure. Reality check, yeah. Well, it is La Nina this year, and it's showing it for sure. It's been a cold blast, and like I say, upper garden down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, lower screen down to minus 17.5, which is minus 8 degrees Celsius, which is pretty darn cold. Minus 8 degrees Celsius is pretty darn cold, man. So, and proof is in the pudding. I'll walk around when everything thaws out. Really, well, it's thawed out now, but I'm going to do it in the spring. I think, or late winter. I'll do a full-blown update of the garden, and you will see how everything is doing here, how everything fared through the winter. Because if there's going to be any damage on some of the eucalyptus or this and that, it might not show up now. It might show up on weeks to come. Even after a lot of effort around the world, Bermuda is still the northernmost naturalized coconut with. Isn't that cool? So they do actually fruit there too, eh? That's pretty awesome. It's such a weird spot, Bermuda, too. It's off the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina. People love to use climate change to probably push their zone up a bit. Yeah, so I don't know. I just know we do get cold winters for every so often. I don't know much about climate change. Like during summer over the highest, it's like 25. Yeah, see, our summers are hotter than that. I agree with you. I wish it worked that way. Yeah, there are palm trees growing in lots in Switzerland. Yeah, you see them growing Locarno and Lugano, Switzerland. There are some beautiful palm trees there, and the Jubea we have in our garden is actually seed grown. I got the seed sent to me from Locarno, Switzerland, and I grew it, and it's growing in our garden now, and it's thriving. I took a picture of it in the snow today. I put it on Facebook. You can see it. So snow's not going to hurt it, and it goes right through the extreme cold. So it's amazing, isn't it? What grows in southern Switzerland. Their winters are different, though. Lugano and Locarno, I think their winters are very dry and their summers are wet and humid. They get more rain in the summer. I wish it was opposite here. I wish our winters were dry and our summers were wet. It would be way better. We could grow way more. I know France has some. Yeah, they do. Matter of fact, my cousin sent me a postcard years ago from France. It was in the 70s, and there was palm trees, Trachycarpus palms on it. It's also huge and soaks up heat. Yes. And, Paris is actually the same latitude as Vancouver. What time of the year do you palm seed? What time of the year your palms seem to grow fastest? Spring and in fall. Late summer, fall, when it starts to get cooler. When it's dry, they kind of like slow a little bit down because they get stressed. Corsica, France is so warm. I bet you it is too. Yeah, same with Sardinia, where my family's from, southern Italy. Really warm down in Reggio Calabria. Big G in Western Norway. Many people grow tracking because of the Gulf Stream. Yeah, see, it's mild. Really mild there. That's zone 8. That's like zone 8B. That's like zone 8B, man. That's amazing, isn't it? I got a friend that moved there years ago from California. He loves Norway. And I got another friend. She's a photographer. She moved there from our island. She's always posting pictures on Instagram of her photos she takes in Norway. My mother's side of the family is from southern Italy as well. Yeah, my dad's side of the family is from Reggio Calabria. Hi, peace of me. Good to see you in there. I'm still streaming. Yeah, so my dad's side of the family is from Ardori, Reggio Calabria, at the toe of the boot. So dad's side of the family is from there, right on the toe of the boot. Sicily's right there. So they're looking at Sicily. They're right on the Mediterranean Sea. Southern Europe must be the furthest east. Yes, our Azores could naturalize coconuts. near one of their. I bet you they could. I wonder. That'd be interesting to know if they could naturalize coconuts. As long as you are not a high elevation Italy, you can grow large date palms. Yes, there's lots of date palms where my relatives live in southern Italy. Lots of Washingtonia robusta, Camarops palms all over the place, and queen palms. I've seen queen palms there. I've never been there. I just watch videos of it. Lots of queen palms. It's zone 11. Yeah, I don't know the climate of the Azores. I'm not too sure how hot it gets there, like, and what is the annual temperature. Excellent. I have family in Wales where I saw trackies. Oh, there's lots of palm trees in Wales. Hey, Banana, found you live. Ramon, Razor Ramon. Not just Ramon, it's Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon Salvatore. You sound like a badass wrestler, or maybe a mafia guy. So, hello, Ramon. Good to see you in there, man. Come in anytime. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Found you live. So good to see you in there anytime. Pop in and say hi. Too cool in the Azores for coconuts. They grow once already germinated. I'd love to get a New Zealand shaving. Rapilostylus apida. I had one time and I tried it in the garden and it died. It was a small one. It was a very small one. Well, take care. Be safe. You too. 73's to you, Larry E. Ballard. Listen for me on the DX. Check out my other channel, Jungle Joe C, and you will see lots of DX and Skip Land videos, lots of radio stuff out there. I put a lot of radio stuff. And I got lots of older radio videos on here from like 10 years ago, too, or 8, 9 years ago. You know, it's not just new stuff I'm putting on. There is older radio videos, too. Okay, take care, man. I like that. Razor is back. Thanks. Razor is back. 19 Fahrenheit. Ooh, that's getting chilly. That's like -7, I think, something like that. Razor Ramon. You guys don't know who Razor Ramon is. You check it out on WWF Wrestling from back in the old day. Razor Ramon. He was a badass. There are some other people in southern Finland also growing windmills and video. Oh, cool. I got to check that out. Cool. Windmill Palms in Finland. I like that. Best are right now in the Azores. The highs are around 60. Wow. You probably grow coconut there. 60. They probably like 70, but too cool for a coconut to germinate, mild enough for the exotic plants. Yeah. Well, the one that grew in Newport Beach for 20-something years in Southern California, it survived a long time. And I think what killed it eventually was just neglect, not enough water. But it was classed as the northernmost coconut palm in the Western Hemisphere. Had to switch out a burned 60 watt. Oh, you know what?
Mitchell made dinner for us.
What? Come and say hi. Come and say hi. What? Wendy doesn't want to say hi.
Come and say hi.
Come and say hi.
Come and say hi.
Wendy's kids are over
Hi.
here. Wendy's kids are over.
Mitchell's
Should give a
making us
plug.
dinner.
Should give a plug for your daughter too. The YouTube channel. Wendy's daughter makes really good videos, music videos.
I think you have to go to Shiloh Kuan Yin.
Is she here? Does she want to come up and say hi?
Here. Shiloh.
Does she want to come and say hi?
Kuan Yin on YouTube.
Tell her to
She
come
has
up and say hi.
beautiful
Tell her to
music
come up and say
videos.
hi. I want her to give a plug. No, because her channel, like, she's got a really good voice. You'd like it.
She's on Spotify.
Oh, still said by their hotspots. Anyone who can post pics or video on live stream. Any way we can post. Yeah, that would be good. No, I don't know if you can, Ramon. I don't think you can. I don't think you can post pics on here. But you'd have to go to my Facebook page, Facebook group. You would have to go to people who love palm trees and exotic plants. That's what you'd have to do. Palm trees and exotic plants, and you can post pics on there. So, I'd like to live in the Azores. Great climate. It sounds like a nice place, man. Yeah, post some pics, Ramon. Go to my Facebook group, people who love palm trees and exotic plants. Well, wasn't I can link a video to the guys, and I could probably find it on YouTube. It's a finished video. Okay. Well, looks like, let me just check and see what's going on down here. Temperature is 3 degrees. What's your channel again? I can give your channel.
Oh,
Shiloh. Oh. Okay, so Krista's video channel. I was going to give a plug for Krista here. Let me just write it down here in the Shiloh Wild Child. Krista, get in here. This is, I want you guys to meet Wendy's daughter. Come here. She's beautiful. Come here. Get over here. Don't be shy. Come over here. Come over here. So she's got a YouTube channel. And what's the name of your YouTube channel?
My artist name is Shiloh.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Shilohs out there. It's a pretty...
It's Wild Child, right?
Yeah, so you have to put the music video name with it.
So Shiloh, but you spell Shiloh Shiloh, right?
Yeah.
Shiloh Wild Child. So check it out, you guys. She's got a crazy good voice, and it's like a professional video. You know how many videos do you have on there?
Just two.
Just two videos.
Wild Child and then Kuan Yin's Grace.
Hi, Shiloh. So
Hi.
anyway, her name is Krista, but
And then
Krista.
on Spotify, if you look up Shiloh, and then they have an album called The Heart of It.
Oh, really? On Spotify?
Yeah.
Is that like music you buy? No,
No, you
it's just free. You download it, kind
You
of?
can go on Spotify for free or pay for a membership.
Okay, cool. So check that out, and you'll be impressed. And I'm sure you're going to be making more videos. She does all her own music, and writes your song. You write your songs, don't you?
Yeah.
She writes her songs too. Talented. So that's Wendy's daughter. Okay, and we're about to eat some pasta. So gotta love it. She's a great gal. Love you. She's awesome. All right, let's go eat some pasta. Thanks, Krista. So check it out. Check out her channel, okay? And you will be impressed. Actually, I'm going to find a video right now of it, and I'll post it on here for you. I'm coming. They're calling me for dinner. Okay, so there it is. I found the link. So you can check out one of Krista's music videos there. There's her link to it right there. Please ask Wendy's daughter why son keeps asking me to buy him Spotify gift cards. What the heck does he get that for? Spotify gift cards? Well, I don't think he needs to buy Spotify gift cards, right? I mean, you can get all your music right here free on YouTube. You're in Virginia. Have you ever tried growing a jump? Yeah, there's big ones on Salt Spring Island. There's a guy, you can watch my video on it, a cholla cactus. It grows about 8 feet tall. It's massive. He's got to keep chopping it back. Anyway, guys, I got to roll, and check out her video right there. There's her link. I'm going to post it again. Her name's Krista, and you'll like the video. It's really cool, and you'll like her voice too. She writes her own music, and they're professionally done videos. So anyway, I got to go. I have to go eat dinner. Wendy's son made dinner for all of us. We got pasta. So you guys are awesome. I mean, I could leave this on. I could actually leave this on, and I could come back after dinner. All right. So if you're in here when I get back, I will. I'll chat with you. I'll just leave it rolling. All right, guys. I'll be back. Thanks for watching. You guys can talk with each other, or go get a snack. I'm gonna go get a snack right now. I'm gonna get some pasta. And if I don't see you when I come back, hey, cheers to you. You guys are awesome. Okay, coming. I actually posted a link. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you what I'm eating here right now. Wendy's son made this. You see this pasta? You see that? Oh my God, it is so good. And I wish you were here to join me, man. Anyway, dude, that you guys are still talking. That's good. The finished palms are covered. I got to check out the videos on finished palms. I'll be back. I'm just going to eat my dinner here. I'll put this over here so you can look at some radio stuff instead of. There you go. That's scary, man. Because you were actually in the water. See, it would have been different if she went into the water. Yeah. But one more roll and she would have been into the water. She hit a tree, busted the tree off, and then there was a tree that actually stopped. The tree above this big, the car was that's so yeah, the tree wasn't there. Look, so she was looking at the lake, right? That is scary. Oh my God. Okay, turn this off. Livestream. Well, I'm not thinking you guys are in there anymore. I had my pasta, and then I got to go down and socialize now. So we've been streaming here for a long time. All right. All right. Minus 15 hurt a minor. Minus 15C might hurt a minor. It's illegal to hurt a minor. Well, needle sable minor get attention for handling occasional minus 5 to 10. I have a random P outside. Like 9 degrees. Is 9 degrees there? 9 degrees. Oh, it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. You guys are still there. God, talk about dedicated people. Holy cow. And I'm going to check the temperature here. Oh, man. 4.2 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy now. 4.2 degrees Celsius. By the way, Wendy's son made an amazing dinner. You guys want to meet Wendy's son? So you've met Wendy's daughter, Krista. Do you want to meet Wendy's son? You guys have never met Mitchell before. Super nice guy. We actually don't have cool summers. You guys have hot summers. I'm still here. Nothing for me to do tonight. Well, you know what? It's pouring rain out here, and there's nothing for me to do out there either. I don't want to do anything out there. I don't want to go outside. I'll get Mitchell to come up here after. He's a very good cook. Mitchell cooked this amazing pasta dinner, and I think Wendy's doing a dessert right now, but I should bring Mitchell in here to say hi. He's a really nice guy, and well, that's Krista's brother. So those are Wendy's 2 kids. They're not my kids. Wendy's my second wife. Joe Snow. Is it snowing there? Yeah, it's pouring rain here. Pouring down with rain, and hopefully wash all this junk away. The Big G, you're still there. Awesome. Be hot. Southern U.S. where needle palms. Yeah, and they like hot. Needle palms. So where Blastoff lives in PA in Pennsylvania, it does get really hot in the summer months, and they do like it. They like the heat, and they grow well where he is. He's got, I think Mike's got a big one in his garden. 31 now, 31 degrees. So about minus 32 is 0. So 32 degrees is 0. 31 is what? Just about minus 1 degree Celsius, something like that. So not too bad. We got a lot colder than that last week, I'll tell you that. We got a lot colder than 31. So anyway, and it does put the plants to the test. Trachycarpus should be fine. Like I say, some of the little cordylines took a beating. They did take a beating. Unfortunately, there's a few flopperoni cordylines. This summer, we got more than 2 weeks of 28. We had a lot of very warm days this summer. And you know, from watching my videos, the hottest day we had here was 42.9 degrees Celsius. It was sickening. We have some summer weeks, 36, 25. So pretty palm tree dude, pretty toasty. It will snow 6 inches tonight. Is that okay for? Oh yeah, no, it won't hurt it. Snow, Big G, will not hurt your palm trees, okay? And that's what a lot of people worry about. Oh, and they asked me, Joe, how did your garden do with all the snow? It's not the snow that bothers the palms. It's a deep freeze, an extended deep freeze with extremely low minimum temperatures. That's what can bother palm trees, not snow. Snow doesn't harm them. You can bend the fronds a bit, but not going to harm them. I drove through PA on the way here. Very beautiful mountains. Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, I've never been to PA, but I do talk there a lot on my radio. Hottest day we had was 32. It doesn't get humid here either, Maple. Not humid here. You were within the drought this summer. Yeah, we get a drought, man. Our summers are very droughty here every year. And that's one thing I don't like about Salt Spring Island, the Gulf Islands. It's too dry for my liking. I would prefer some rain every couple of days in the summer, maybe every 3 days, a really good rain. And, you go 3 months at a time with just a little dribble or none. 17F. 17F. Okay, so you're probably about minus, that's got to be about minus 8.5. What is 17F? I need my online conversion. Can somebody figure that out for me? You can get the online conversion here on the internet, online temperature conversion. It's minus, is it minus 10? Is 17F really minus 10? I thought 15 was minus 10. Minus 8.3. Okay. Minus 8.333. Okay. That's what I figured. In the Great Lakes, you can get up to 87. Yeah, it gets really humid in the Great Lakes. Can sable meadow grow in if you protect it? Yeah, I think if you protect it, it will grow there for sure in the cold winters. In zone 8A, 7B. My area in New Jersey had to just do Christmas lights. You can do some Christmas lights around it. Those always help. 9 equals 5. 5C Fahrenheit. 5C. 5 and 9. That I'm not getting. Daniel Christian, 5 and 9. 5C degrees equals 9 degrees Fahrenheit. No, 5C is actually 40 degrees Fahrenheit, right? You're thinking minus 15. Minus 15C is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Days of 40. Oh, that's hot. 40 degrees Celsius. New Jersey, the Garden State. It was pretty rainy, but not really summer days. Yeah, I would love it, man. I mean, I envy you guys that get rain in the summertime. That's the one time our garden really gets stressed, is actually in the summer months. It actually does its worst in the summer months and does better in the cooler months, right? So, well, I mean, it doesn't like the deep freeze, but it does better, spring and in the fall does really well. Does anyone wonder, is minus 40C minus 40F? Good question. Oh, 5 to 9. Okay. 5 to 9. Okay. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, for sure. So in the summer, we tend to have random storms going to every once in a while. Yeah, we don't. We don't now. And like thunder and lightning here is pretty rare too. Like if we get a thunderstorm, I'm really happy about it. It's exciting to me, right? I say, man, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shoot a video of it. And I actually do have some videos of some thunderstorms here, but not a lot of them. It's like hail. Like that's a big weather event if we have hail here. So hot summer days help the Chesapeake Bay and Lake Erie heat up Hawaii and Virginia. Yes. Well, they're big bodies of water too. The Great Lakes are massive. It's like an inland ocean. Tropical heat is not so bad. Get used to it. Hey, I'd rather have some tropical heat right now, man. Over this crap, I'll take the Hawaiian heat right now any day, man. Any tropical heat right now, I will trade for this. Anybody want this weather? You can have the rain and the crappy snow on the ground. Great Lake warm right now to 40. The Great Lakes are warm right now. 40. Oh, they're 40. Okay. It's interesting because Vesuvius Bay, when they did the polar bear swim, was the coldest I've ever seen it at 5.3 degrees Celsius. I brought my temperature probe down, 5.3 degrees Celsius. And there was 2 guys out there that stayed in the water for 20 minutes, 22 minutes. You can see it on Wendy's YouTube channel. 22 minutes they swam around out there. He does get a ton of storms, a lot of tornadoes. Warm for winter near 50 latitude. Yes, we're 48 degrees now latitude here. Our island is 48. Vancouver is 49. Believe it or not, our islands are below Vancouver. We're actually below the 49. Today we're getting -7. There's nothing. About 30 centimeters. No, pretty cool. So 30 centimeters is about a foot of snow. What would I do? Move to the tropics? Yes, I would, Mike. If I could move to the tropics, I would, man. Most definitely. I would love to. I'm 60. You're 60. Oh, you're up there. Have you ever tried growing the ghost plant succulent? Not that I know of. Ghost plant succulent. I know that. What's the Latin name? West of the Appalachians, Gulf of Mexico starts to really. Yes, I bet it does. The Gulf of Mexico, that's another big body of water. The Great Lakes are sparring to the northeast from the next Monday. Yeah, I think you get the lake effect snow too that comes from the lakes. You're 37, palm tree dude, so you're way down there. Zone 7. Yeah, and the lakes can freeze occasionally too, right? Once in a blue moon and a bad winter, they can actually freeze Bermuda is 32 latitude as yeah, it does. There are coconut palms in Bermuda. Minnesota northwest of the lake is minus 20. That's scary. So minus 20 Fahrenheit. People in the deep south have to be careful. So it's like when I see the temperatures in the Gulf of Alaska and you got these frigid temperatures up there, extremely record-breaking low, that's what I get concerned about down here on the Gulf Islands, because if she opens up her doors, Alaska, and the jet stream just pulls that cold, dry air right down on top of us. And that's what happened. Is graptopetalum. And they're super, oh, really? Ghost plant, graptopetalum, and is super hardy. Interesting. I'm not sure of that one, or maybe I've seen it. Did you guys try Dickia outside? I have Dickia in the garden. So far, it looks good. I'm going to upload a video of it. I have a ghost plant. Not sure. I got to see that one. If anyone is wondering, Bermuda is almost directly east. That's what I thought. It's out from North Carolina, South Carolina. There's a few people on our island that actually moved here from Bermuda. There's a lady down the road from me. She moved here from Bermuda 20 years ago. And then there's another guy on our island, his family, well, him and I think maybe one of his brothers moved from Bermuda they moved to Salt Spring in 1985. He's still here. 33 here. 33 here, Long Island. So that's not too bad. 33 is not that cold. Maybe I have it in the garden. I got a lot of stuff out in the garden, and it's just like, I have to take better inventory of what we actually do have out there, because we have a big garden, a really big garden, and there's a lot of plants. And Wendy's, I was adding stuff here and there too. And, sometimes I'm walking around, I was like, I don't remember planting that. Well, Wendy planted it, right? And that's okay. Joe, we have to worry about the freezing winds of Siberia. Sometimes we get freezing winds from Siberia, like the last winter got down to mine. Wow. That would be cold, especially Maple, if you get winds with it. That makes it feel even colder. Doesn't make the temperature go down, but it sure makes it feel like it's going down. Bermuda is such an interesting idea. You too. Yeah, my aunt went there back in the 1950s, to Bermuda. She said she loved it, but that was back in the 1950s. Buxton Peak of the Outer Banks. Lots of palm trees there. Closest to Bermuda. I think it's about 500 miles out into the ocean, right? Isn't that how far Bermuda is? 500 miles out into the ocean? Probably right in the Gulf Stream current too, I bet, huh? Don't you think? Another interesting island is Sable Island. We've often talked about it. Sable Island off the coast of Nova Scotia. And that area is probably about an 8A, zone 8A. My parents have been to Bermuda. I've never been, Palm Tree Dude. I'd like to go to Bermuda. I think it'd be a really neat place to visit. Is there any hybrid of needle palms? No, not that I know of. Not that I know of. There's certainly hybrids of windmill palms, because we have lots of them. We have Trachycarpus tequil, cross fortunae. We have Trachycarpus nova, cross wagnerianus. We have Trachycarpus wagnerianus, cross fortunae. We have Trachycarpus winson. Is it winson? Cross fortuna. We have a bunch of them. I'll have to go through the greenhouse, do a video of them. Sable Island is very windy, though. It only has one pine tree a few feet tall. Yeah, and there's ponies out there, too. I watched another documentary. Yeah, about 500 miles, right, Big G? Yeah, 500 miles off the coast. Yeah, and Sable Island's a very interesting island. I think the island's about, 40 kilometers long or something like that? Mostly sand. It's grasslands, and then there's those wild Sable Island ponies there. And there's a pine tree. Wow, I know there's like kind of like a small lake where they get their water from the ponies. They have a native palm, Sable bermudana, right? Bermuda perfectly in the Gulf Stream. That's why it's winds in northern coconut. No comparable place beyond the latitude north. That's pretty cool, man. Sable bermudana. Yeah. Oh, I looked at our Sable cassiarum the other day. It looked perfectly fine. I do have a plastic bag over it, a yellow bag. You've seen me in my other videos. Why I put that on, to just give it extra winter heat when the sun shines. And doesn't provide it with any extra heat for winter. But when I looked at it, I lifted the bag off. The palm looks perfectly fine. It's just a big plastic bag that came with our feeds, not our skids of fertilizer. At work, working for the Parks Department, we get skids of grass fruit food, and the grass food comes with these big plastic bags over them. And rather than throw them in the dumpster, I says, I'll take those. And they work perfect for that. So I just got it over top of the sable. I got a couple of stakes in the ground just so it doesn't get crushed by snow. And I got the bag over top of it. That's it. It looks good. Sable Island, Zone 8A. I think it's Zone 8A. I think 7B8A. The all low time temperature is around minus 19 degrees, something like that. Happened a long time ago. When the jet stream brings wind from the west, heats up over Gulf before. Yes, it does. Bermuda is an amazing place. Bermuda is not in the Gulf, actually in the Gulf Stream. It's east of the Gulf Stream, 100 miles. Is that right? Okay, interesting. Were you aware that some people planted trackies even in Iceland? I always thought trackies would work in Iceland. I've yet to see one, but I've always thought they would work there for sure. Just like I think they work in the Faroe Islands, and I know they work in the Falkland Islands. East of the stream, just blocking out cold of the North America. I'm going to try and plant 200 sunflower seeds because I heard bees. Oh yeah, sunflower seeds are good. You know what else they like? They like our eucalyptus flowers. Joe, you should cut off all your trees down. Well, we do take down a big tree or two every year for firewood. We have a forest full of them, but I wouldn't want to do that because I like our forest. You know, I mean, yeah, if I had to put it this way, Mike, if I had a bare 2 acres, we have 2 acres here. If I had 2 acres with no trees on it, guarantee you it would all be palm trees. I would plant the entire 2 acres in palm trees from front to back, and it would be like a palm forest. I'd probably be the only guy in Salt Spring Island with a palm forest. That's what I would do. I would do it for sure. But, you know, I throw the seeds down in the deep ravine there. I call them variant Swampsonii. I know that's not really a name that you're going to find anywhere else. I call them Swampsonii because I thought the name was fitting for that species of palm that can have endured and adapted to the wet growing conditions. So by spreading tens of thousands of palm seeds in that wet ravine, some of them are going to make it. Others are going to get eaten by rodents, maybe birds, and some will rot. The strongest will survive. That's the way I see it. So the strongest have survived, the strongest seeds germinated, and that's what's growing down there now. And they've adapted to the wet, muddy, sopping, wet ground conditions. And they'll grow like that for many months at a time in sopping, wet conditions and water. And it's going to be interesting when they do get bigger and produce seed. What will their offsprings be like? Pines are so tall, they cut down, hard to cut down. Yeah, we have Douglas fir trees here. Salt Spring has a long history of logging. People there don't appreciate. Yeah, this island's been logged a couple of times, at least a couple of times, from starting back in the mid 1800s. So they're like the mangrove palms. They are the palms. Yeah, they're amazing, those palm trees. They seem to amaze me. Like if you ever visit here, and I'm still living here, and I haven't moved to Costa Rica, then we'll go down there and we will go show you the Swampsonii. They are like this mangrove palm of the north. Iceland and the cold rainforest South Alaska, view under mile. Yeah, so technically very cold in zone 7. So I can tell you one thing, Daniel. One of the Palm Society members planted 2 Trachycarpus palms in Sitka, Alaska, up against a building in 1992. And they lasted quite a few years, I think just about 20 years. And they finally packed it in and died. If I could make an artificial island 20 miles east of Atlantic City. Oh, it'd be awesome. If you could do that, it would be great. It's kind of like, where do you get your my bald cypress? Well, years ago, I worked at the nursery, Mike, and we brought a bunch of them in 1 gallon size. And I wish I would have bought more. I bought one, and then I stuck it in our pond. And now it's like 30 feet tall. That was back in the 90s. I would like our island to be farther out into the Pacific Ocean. That would be my dream if our island was maybe another 1,000 miles southwest of where it should be. And yeah, it would probably be a little bit windier place, but we'd probably never, ever get frost. Sable minor are natural swamp, the things that grow. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I can't grow them in down there because it's too shaded. I didn't. Yeah. So, yeah, they did. They lasted for many years. J.D. Rowell planted them. He was actually from California. And J.D. Rowell planted those palms in 1992. And they were actually featured once or twice in Hardy Palm International. There was articles on those palms. It's kind of like the Livistona chinensis growing in Vancouver, planted in 1989 and removed in 2009 by the gardener. Said they're getting too big for their britches. Too big, those palms had to go. So he told the owner of the building that we got to get rid of those Livistona palms because they're going to be too big. And they were too big. That's what he thought. So we removed them. I was very upset when I heard that. That's why I've always thought about Hilton Head. It was thrown 200 miles off. If it was, it would be 10A. It'd be growing. It'd be like freaking living in Hawaii, just about. Yeah, Sitka did, Daniel, definitely. That's the sad when the palm is a victim. Yeah, it is a victim of success. Isn't that sad? Joe will move the island then. Yeah, I wish I could move the island. That would be nice. Well, in Iceland, it doesn't get cold in the winter, but it doesn't get warm. Exactly. Maple, that's right. Iceland palms, you can go see a picture of. Oh, really? Can I actually? Okay, I would love to see a link of that. Well, actually, maybe it's on Google Images. Yeah. Anyway, Daniel, the Livistona palms, Livistona chinensis, two of them growing on Penny Farthing Drive on Granville Island in the city core of Vancouver, were planted by Gerard Puri, a friend of mine. He's passed away, I think, in 2012, something like that. They were beautiful palms, man, and they were featured many times in Hardy Palm International. I have pictures of them. Are cool. Didn't think they could make. Yep, they are. They actually even grow here on Salt Spring Island too, if they're in a sheltered garden. The hardest. Is it really the hardest language to learn? Icelandic? Farthest north mangrove. Yeah, that'd be nice to know. What is the farthest north mangrove could grow in the sea? Hilton Head is 8B, 9A, where it is now in Glad. Lots of palmettos. I can't even pronounce that one, fan. I wonder if the saw palmetto can survive. I would like to try another saw palmetto. I've grown some from seed, and a long time ago, I brought one in through the Palm Society, but it perished the first winter at my last location. Unfortunately, there are some wild mangroves in Louisiana. Yeah, lots of swamp cypress there. Taxodium distichum. I have videos here of our swamp cypress. They're pretty cool trees. You know, they're very cold hardy. You can grow those things in Ottawa. Mark Ladouceur grows Taxodium in Ottawa. It's pretty easy language. It looks intimidating because the language Germanic, just Swedish. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I only speak English. They have mangrove. Yes, in Key Largo they have, Mike says. Louisiana, Alabama can grow as far north as Cape Hatteras, the Labrador. Oh, interesting. Black mangroves are native to Louisiana. Nice. I'd like to go to Louisiana, the swamplands of Louisiana and the Bayou country, the Bayou state, right? I talked to a lot of guys on my radio in Louisiana, in the Bayou state. It's pretty awesome. And I would love to go down there and collect some seeds off some of the palms and just to see the bald cypress growing in native habitat. You've touched them. Cool, man. Yeah, I've been to Florida, but I was in Miami. I was in the city. So I didn't see any bald cypress there, but I did see a lot of palmetto palms, I'll tell you that. Saw coconut palms, and I saw lots of palmetto palms. Interstate Louisiana, long, low bridges over swamps. Wow. So it's pretty low area. Louisiana is probably like below sea level, a lot of it at sea level. Cape Hatteras is 8B, and the maps there 9A. It's 9B in the maps there small as 9A. Interesting. Size of a city block. The Big G mangroves are all over Florida, Keys. I should be down there. Yeah, it'd be nice to be down there, man. Lucky you. They're really bendy. Oh, interesting. It has very low elevation. Yeah, and that's why I guess when you get the hurricane, sometimes you get those floods, breaks over the levee, and then they get the like in that last hurricane they had down there, the big one, where it kind of flooded everything out. Flexible. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You got to love plants, and some of them have just adapted to the most harshest growing conditions, right? So anyway, the palms, like I say, I call the Swampsonii down in the deep, cold ravine. They've gone through a deep freeze, so that's probably the coldest temperatures the youngest ones have seen. The bigger ones have been through 2008 freeze. The bigger ones down there that are as tall as me have been through the 2008 December freeze, but all the smaller ones haven't. So they're doing well. They look flawless to me. I wasn't aware that mangroves were growing in the Western Hemisphere. It's pretty cool, man. You think about it. When the levee breaks, Led Zeppelin. You know who does? You know when the levee breaks, you know that song by Led Zeppelin? How long can a foxtail palm stay like in a 3-gallon? Until it's root bound. Rhodesia bifurcata. If it's root bound, step it up. That's a good song when the levee breaks. You know, I know there's a girl band, an all-girl band called Zepparella. They do it just amazing. I got to find the video for, I'm going to find the video for you, Daniel. You'll like it, man. Okay. These girls do this song so freaking well. Not only are these. Okay, hang on. Let me just put this here. This is you got to watch how these guys do this cover song here. This one's for you. There's the link. This band is called Zepparella. Zepparella, Daniel, is an all-girls band that does just Led Zeppelin stuff, but they do When the Levee Breaks, and they do it amazing, and they're freaking hot. It's just great, man. I love these gals. I wasn't where mangroves. It's been a while since hurricane directly hit Virginia. They go through. Yeah, we don't get them, but we've had some pretty strong hurricane force winds here in the past. They call them a typhoon here, even though they're not really a typhoon. The last one to hit our island was December 20th, 2018, and it caused extensive damage. And I have video footage of it all. We got video footage of it, of cars on trees on cars, and I've seen trees on houses. It was a mess, man. Power poles broken off. Nasty. Small area land, Louisiana, in zone 10A. Probably grow some coconuts there. Hey, grow some coconuts in that 10A. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Man, this live stream, okay, I was only planning on going maybe a half hour. It's like, here we are, 3 hours into this live stream. This is crazy. We'll go to maybe, we'll go to 3.5 hours, something like that. What time is it? It's already 7:08. My God. There's actually a small, and this has been a good live stream. We get hurricane remnants. Yeah, so yeah, I don't like hurricanes, man. Too much damage. Solo Robert Plant. Oh, I know that one. I know the 29 Palms ones too. That's good. I like Robert Plant. That's great. Anyway, look at the link I gave you there. You'll like these ones. These chicks here, man, they do a good job of When the Levee Breaks, and they play some great instruments there. Good with the guitar and the drums. A lot of Asian plants were brought in the Caribbean. Yeah, exactly, Big G. Exactly. Same with Hawaii, too. Actually, mangroves are native to the southeast in the Caribbean. Cool. Hurricanes are crazy. So I'm glad. Yeah, no, we get hurricane force winds here. And so one of the most nastiest ones was Typhoon Frida. They called it the Columbus Day storm south of us. Joe like his canes. I like banana canes, and they're still standing. The banana canes are still standing after the freeze, but I did bubble wrap them. I cheated. I bubble wrapped them. Hurricane remnants actually made tornado come through where I go to college in the mountains, and that's scary, man. That is scary. Tornadoes, I don't know what's worse, a hurricane or a tornado. I mean, a tornado is like a big blender, like a vacuum. I wanted to see. Sugar canes are good, too. I like sugar canes. How are the acacias doing on the island? They look good. I was there yesterday. It looked totally fine. I only know of one acacia that's growing on Salt Spring Island. It's at Grace Point in town. It's an Acacia melanoxylon. There used to be 2 big Acacia baleiana there for about a decade, and then they froze out. When did they find? 2008 they froze. We got lots of snow here, and there's lots. I can't even imagine how deep it is on our mountains. The snow on our mountains has to be really deep on Salt Spring Island. Virginia is an awesome state. Yeah. I've had seeds sent to me from Virginia. I'm going to grow a voodoo lily. I think we have it in our garden somewhere. Amogus. And an emoji of a palm tree. The voodoo lilies? Yeah, they stink. I mean, I've smelled worse, smelled worse things, but yeah, they stink. But try one. They're pretty hardy, voodoo lilies. I'll have to do a video on the acacia, Jeff, when I go back there. I'm not going to town anytime soon. I want to wait till the snow melts. Actually, the road is clear out there. I just got to get my truck out of the driveway. Voodoo lilies are cool. I like Virginia a lot. Just wish it's a little warmer in the winter, but besides, it's a great place to live. Yeah, I think it would be a great place to live. Yeah, we have a Dixoni out there, a pretty big one in our garden, and it's been out since April 1994, and it's fine, but the leaves, the fronds on it are fried from this cold. It was just too cold for too long, so I'm going to cut them all off in the spring, and then new ones will come out of the crown. Country Roads by John Denver is actually about Western Virginia, not Western Virginia. Oh, I thought it was West Virginia. Cool. That's a good song. Actually, he died in a plane crash, didn't he? Can you grow Livistona there? Aren't you? Yep, they grow here. You betcha. We have a little one beside our house, but I had 2 growing in town. Newport News was 32 Fahrenheit slash. So 32 is a low, 51 is a high. Nice. There's lots of palms there. Livistona, and the garden, I uploaded a video of the nice tropical looking zone 9 garden. Livistona grew in that garden forever, but the new owners did a reno to something in their garden and they ripped it out. And then I had 2 growing in town at Grace Point in front of an art gallery for many years. And then another thing, they did a reno there and then they ripped my palms out. So they do work here in sheltered locations. Tomorrow high is only 40. Oh, that's okay. 40 is better than 30. I got to see what the temperature is now. Ah, beautiful. You know what the temperature is now? 5.1 degrees Celsius. It is 40 degrees Fahrenheit here. Yes, I'm happier. We're 40 here right now. It's good. So it'll be warm it'll be milder through the night. That's our upper weather station. Today, we need high 46, low 21. 21 degrees, minus 6, maybe something like that. I think maybe minus 6 degrees Celsius. Not too bad. If you stay above 20, you're still a 9A winter, a zone 9A winter. Maybe you won't get any colder than that. Maybe you'll have a zone 9A winter in the Garden State. Wouldn't that be something else, eh? That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, it's getting balmier through the night. No, I used to be on there many, many years ago, probably before Facebook was around. See, before Facebook, I was on that stuff, and I was on all the palm forums, Hardy Palm and Subtropical Forum, Pacific Northwest Forum. It was called Cloud Forest, and they got rid of that. See, on Facebook, there's just so many more groups. So, and I have groups on Facebook. I have a lot of palm and gardening groups myself I've started on Facebook. So, I mean, the one group I have that I started has 14,000 plus members on it worldwide. So you're always going to see some cool stuff posted there, and you're always going to get good information from these people on there. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in those forums. My azalea rhododendron is blooming despite inches of snow. Wow. And the snow won't hurt them. I mean, sometimes they'll bend them out of shape a little bit too. Then there's there to take care of palms, etc. if you left the island. Well, there are other people here that are into palm trees, but not the way I am. I'm more of the palm nut of the island. What kind of weather station do you recommend, a home gardener? I use Oregon Scientific. Davis Instrument are really good, but you're going to pay a lot more for them. My Oregon Scientific, I think I paid about $150 for it, and I've always used Oregon Scientific. I'm really happy with them. They're just a really nice station. And the remote sensors out in the Stevenson screen, it goes quite ways away. Are there others to take care of palms? And most of the palms do their own thing. You don't really have to fuss over them here. I mean, some people chop off the brown fronds when they're dead. That's about it. People just kind of plant them, Daniel, and forget about them in their garden. So they're a very low maintenance plant, unless you have some really specialty plants that you have to fuss over, and maybe you're going to need some help. Then there's not really a lot of other people that do that here on Salt Spring Island. Most people here go trackies. There's butias. There's a jubea or two. There's lots of camarops, and there's lots of cordylines. So you want to see the really fancy palms, you got to go over to Vancouver and Victoria. That's where all the palm tree collectors are. Salt Spring Island, you got to remember, we're this rural island out in the ocean, way away from the mainland, way away from all that stuff. And there used to be, actually there is one other guy here, Bruce, but he's in his 80s now. I think he's got to be like 81 or 82. He grows a lot of different palm trees in his garden. Hopefully he'll be around for a few more years. He's been on the island a long time. He planted palms in his garden in 1970, and they're still there. But he's moved since then, but they're still in his garden, the old garden. Rhododendron. I have a palm talk account, but I'm not. Yeah, I used to be a years ago palm tree dude. But you know what? Facebook has so many palm groups. That's what I like about it. And I'm in those palm groups a lot, and I'm always posting pictures of palms and stuff. You've already, Big G. Okay, see you later, Bigfoot. Take care. Thanks for coming in, and join in next time. Have a good night. Hopefully it won't get too snowy and cold. Does anybody use Reddit? No, I've never been on Reddit, and I can't go on Instagram. I have an Instagram account, and I did post a lot of pictures on there before, but that was when I had my work phone, and I don't have an iPhone anymore. Big G, we've already had nights down to 16. Oh, you've had 16 already, eh? So minus 9 degrees, something like that. Celsius. I use Reddit, but only in terrain. What Reddit only? So you're the only land in the island where. No, there are palm trees in some of the parks too, and some of the trails because I've thrown seed there. Matter of fact, the trail across the street from our place leading to the beach has lots of palm trees growing it. I got to go as well. Okay, take care. I'm going to go soon too. Take care, palm tree dude. Take care, fan, and anybody else in there that's going to leave. I know it's been a long live stream. It's been good though, interacting. Okay, see you later, guys. 13 Fahrenheit predicted next week. Zone 8, big cold front coming. Minus 40. Oh no, that's not good. If that minus 40, that slides south, Daniel, that's not good for people in Texas and stuff. Tennessee, Arkansas, all that. It can get pretty cold down there too. See you later, palm tree fan. See you later, fan. I was in California a few years ago and was lucky enough to see. Oh man, the Andean wax bomb. Is that Ceroxylon? Wow, cool. We have Ceroxylon in the greenhouse, and we have two Parajubaeas, Parajubea terralii and Parajubea cocoides or cocoides. Probably time I left as well. My trackies are cold damage, but still healthy. That's good. I'm glad they are still healthy. Hey, they can always outgrow the cold damage, right? As long as your center spears are still intact. And even if a trachea loses a center spear, they can easily regenerate a new center spear. They're tough as nails. Trachycarpus palms are tough as nails. They're like these bulletproof arborescent palms. And if you don't know what arborescent is, it's a trunk forming or a tree size palm, right? So I've always been very pleased and impressed growing Trachycarpus. And having an exotic garden this far north, the base planting of a palm garden should be Trachycarpus palms, and everything else comes after. So if you had the worst freeze in history, at least you know here the Trachycarpus palms are going to be standing, right? While the sable minor and the needle palms and Camarops are really good here too. So those ones will probably be standing too. Anyway, Big G, take care. Good to see you in there. Good to see everybody in there, man. It was a pretty awesome live stream. So I'm very curious, Daniel, as if that cold is going to slide any more south. Is that cold going to slide down to Texas like they had the big freeze last year in Dallas and it got to below 0 degrees Fahrenheit? Absolutely brutal. My temperature is minus 25 right now in Indiana. We're having, wow. Fred, that is cold, dude. I talked to a guy on my CB radio when the skip comes in Indiana, and his handle is White Cloud and 747 in Indiana. He comes booming in here with a strong signal, and I talk to him most every day. There was no skip today, so I didn't talk any. But usually I talk to people in Indiana every day. So it's always good to talk to Indiana. I think I should start growing bananas. Yeah, grow bananas. They're easy. They're easy to grow, man. Anyway, take care, Big G. I'm going to roll out of here soon, too. This is possibly the longest live stream I've ever done. Even baby trackies can serve. Yeah, they can, Daniel. And you think how tough these things are. I mean, okay, I went down to the deep ravine the other day. You can see the videos on here. I like to make videos every day so you can see what's going on. I also have videos on my other channel. There are palm videos on my other channel as well. And you can see what's going on in that one as well. If you don't log into this one and you're on that one, you can see a lot of stuff on there as well. There's a lot more random crap on there. But, you go down to the deep ravine, you see these little Trachycarpus palms that have been through a week-long deep freeze with temperatures down below 20 degrees Fahrenheit in the high teens, and they look flawless. But what gets me is that they can survive growing with wet feet. They got their roots in soggy, sopping, wet soil. And that absolutely blows me away. You figure they would be dead. But I can tell you one thing, the ground never froze. It was still mushy wet. When I walked down, there was no ice on the pond and there was no ice on the creek. Go figure, eh? Okay, take care, DTSI GMD. Take care, man. Good to see you in there, buddy, and come in anytime you want. Daniel, La Nina is supposed to block the south from the jet stream dips last year. Oh, yeah, last year was brutal, wasn't it? Wasn't it nasty? My friend in Lockhart, Texas is a little worried about the chill coming. Yeah, I hope, Jeff, it does not go down that far. Fingers crossed. I don't wish cold upon any fellow palm grower. I really don't. 7-Elevens. There's 7-Elevens everywhere here, man. Canada has tons of 7-Elevens. You know, when I was a kid and I lived on Lulu Island, I remember they built a 7-Eleven. It was the first one I ever saw. I was back in about 1974, and it's on Number 1 Road. And when I was a kid, I'd ride my bike to that 7-Eleven all the time and buy Slurpees. I'd get Slurpees at the 7-Eleven. There's lots of 7-Elevens here, man. Yeah, they do. 7-Elevens are all over Canada. Yeah, they're common 24 hours. They've always been open 24/7. 7-Eleven. There's one in Richmond. 7-Eleven. 7. Let's find this out here. I'm going to get you a website. Here you go, guys. 7-Elevens. There's your 7-Eleven link to all the 7-Eleven stores in Canada. Right there. Slurpee. Yes. Well, you know what, Daniel? I mean, I was down there one day and I go, man, I just kind of joking, swamp sonii. You know what I mean? Swamp sonii. Why not? And is it really a swamp? No, but it's always sopping wet down there. And matter of fact, even in the driest summer months, I can go down there and dig a hole. And when I come back, the hole is full of water. I can go up top, I'll have me a cup of tea, and I'll come back. And the hole, so if I dig a hole about this deep, the hole will have half full of water. The water comes up. So the water table is really high down there. Got a European fan palm seedling in a pot. You know how long it will take to grow. Strat, believe. Depending on the warmth, depending on the water, depending on the soil. You know what I mean? They seem to grow pretty quick here. The Chamaerops humilis. Look at the latest videos I uploaded to Chamaerops humilis. There are some beautiful ones on our island and on our coast. I have my doubts that they actually survived on the mainland, though, or maybe they got really damaged because it got a lot colder over there. I had a small needle palm that grew very fast but died with. Might have given it too much rich soil and fertilizer. Like, I don't think they like soggy as much as say. No, I don't think they do, but they can take a lot of moisture. I water ours every day in the summertime, and well, they're pretty happy. I was just looking at them the other day. So we have like I say, 7 needle palms, 6 in the garden, and 1 in a big planter, which I'm gonna have to water. I put it in the tiki hut. All the potted plants we have are protected for winter. The ones we put out around the B&Bs are accommodations. I put some in the basement, some in the tiki hut. Thanks again, Joe. Wish I'd known about the live stream. I hope I can catch you. Yeah, anytime, Jeff. Pop in, man. Get some pics and find a way to send you. That'd be cool. Anytime, buddy. Pop in. Good to see you in there. You have a good night as well. And, well, maybe in the next couple of days, I'll do another live stream. I might do one on Wendy's. I could do one on Gulf Island Rock. Check out Wendy's channel, Gulf Island Rock. I got to get her to edit and upload a video I shot in the palm garden yesterday. It's the quality on her iPad is like HD, and it's so much better. And I did a so much better video on her iPad. So tune into Gulf Island Rock. And if you water them, yeah, Chamaerops, that is, grow faster with summer. They do. And I find with Trachycarpus, a lot of the palms, you give them water, they're going to grow a lot faster in the dry, hot months, right? It's amazing. I can look at the temperature now. 5 degrees. 5 degrees is okay. We'll take it. We're going to take 5 degrees. So I'm going to stream till about 3 hours and 30 minutes. I got 1 minute left, and then I'm going to pull the plug, and I'm going to say thank you very much, all of you guys, for being in here. You guys are awesome. I'm amazed you stuck around that long. 3 hours and 30 minutes live streaming. I think the longest one I did before was about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So this is a pretty long live stream. And, you know, my voice, I can kind of feel it. I can kind of feel it in here. You didn't get to meet Wendy's son. Maybe I should bring him up. Tell him to say hi. I'm going to go down into the kitchen with this, and I want you guys just to meet Wendy's son, okay? Super nice guy, and he's a really good cook. So follow me down to the kitchen, and let's go see Wendy's son. You see me okay? Tripping down here. Hey, guys, one sec. I just want you to say hi to Mitchell. There's Wendy's son. Totally awesome guy. Great cook right there. So say hi to Mitchell. Wendy.
Hi.
And the
Yeah.
singer, Krista.
Yeah.
All right. And now I'm just about done my live stream. That's been 3.5 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks guys for joining in, and see you, Mitchell.
Okay.
And Kristen, check out her channel. She's a good singer, right? And then check out Go File and Rock too, right? She's got an amazing voice. All right, thanks guys, and I will see you next time. All right, we'll do a live stream hopefully in a couple of days, or maybe I'll do one tomorrow. So there, you met Wendy's son, Mitchell, because he lives in Vancouver and he doesn't come over here that much. Not that much at all. It's a chore to get to Salt Spring. It's not that easy to get here, and it's costly. You gotta take a ferry, and it's usually about a 3-hour ferry ride to get to Salt Spring Island. So, okay, guys, take care to all of you people out there in YouTube land, and I appreciate all of you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching my videos, and stay tuned for daily uploads as usual, because I like to upload videos daily. That's my hobby, and we'll see what we can shoot a video of tomorrow. Okay. All right. Take care. And also check out Jungle Joe C, my other channel as well. Have a good night, and hopefully it won't be too cold for you. So not cheap. No, it's expensive to get to the islands here. Yeah. I take a ferry from south of Vancouver, go drive about 20 miles south of Vancouver, 15, well, maybe 20 miles south of Vancouver, and then make a reservation. You got to make a reservation first, hop on the ferry and over to the islands. And it stops at all the other islands first. We're the farthest southwest of the Gulf Islands. We are the farthest southwest, right? So Salt Spring Island, and the biggest of the Southern Gulf Islands. All right, guys, take care and have a great night. It is 7:28 p.m. Pacific time here, and the temperature is 5 degrees Celsius. All righty. Hopefully all that snow will be gone tomorrow, but that's wishful thinking. All right. Cheers to you, man. I'm going to sign off. Until next time, you guys are awesome.